Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
They're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still such up. He's not a second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we return for the Virtual World Sports Car Championship. Historic this year, going into 1981. There is so much I need to run through, so let's get as much as we can really, really quickly. I'm JP. I'm going to be in the booth for you today as well. Due to the late notice of all of this kicking off, you've just got me for 2.5 hours, so that should be fun. Don't forget talking chat as well. Help me out a little bit on this one. Let's bring you up the schedule for this season. So we've had pre-season. We've got Daytona, which is the one today. Mugello on the 31st of January. That is 90-minute race there. Then we're going on to Monza on the 14th of February for 250 kilometers. Riverside for the 28th of February. Sebring on the 7th of March. Le Mans on the 11th of April. Watkins Glen on the 25th of July. Spa on the 15th of August with Road America on the 22nd of August. 2.5 hours of Spa. Ooh. Silverstone on the 12th of September, then the Nürburgring, Ragusa, Daytona again at the end on the 14th of November, then Motorsports, and we finish off at Brands Hatch on the 12th of December. Full rundown, full season again. Going to be interesting. Track itself is Daytona. Now, you all know it with the bus stop. We ain't got a bus stop. No, from the layout that we've got is the... we've got the 57 to 75 layout, but to be blatantly honest, it's no different on the 83 to 70 or 79 to 83 layout either. It's still the same. 2.5 miles, 6.13 kilometers, but they've got it at 3.81 miles. Yeah, debatable. But you can see we go into the Western International Horseshoe, then through turn 5, and then it's basically 6-7 straight round, topping north of 200 kilometers an hour plus, straight back round into turn 1. Going to be very, very exciting indeed. So we're just going to have to find out how these guys get on. Keys to the race: keep revs low, watch the oil temperatures, manage fuel. Now it's a bit different to last season. They can have fuel stops, but it's still going to be very, very tight. 120 litre tanks, 2 stops. Race tyres is obviously the softs and the wets. Going to be interesting to see how they get on. Let's see how they do here as well. If you are here, don't forget to say hello. That would be absolutely amazing. We're coming towards the end of qualifying. Some of the guys out on track at this moment in time. Let's give you a rundown of what we've got on the track. It is going to be absolutely amazing. There's a lot of information for me to get through here before we even start the race. So, championship-wise, we're going to be running team championships, which is going to be the 2 litre pros, and the 2 litre AMs. That's 2 championships. Then we've got the under 2 litre pros and the under 2 litre AMs as well. That's another team championship. Drivers championship exactly the same. Drivers championship 2 litre pro, drivers championship 2 litre AM, under 2 litre pro, under 2 litre AM as well. Points, this is the difference as well. 20 down to 1. So it's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 14, 13, all the way down to 1. Anyone outside of 20th place will score 0.5 points as well. Drivers must complete 50% race distance and take the checkered flag under their own power. Drivers must not DNF. Well, sometimes you can't help it, connection, stuff like that. Right, cars. This is where we're going to get very, very interesting. So, for the greater than 2 litres, for the 2 litre cars, you've got the BMW M1 Sauber. That's a very, very interesting engine. 3.5 litre MA8 engine. Then we've got the Ferrari 512 LMS2. That's got a Ferrari 4.9 litre Tipo F102 B flat engine. Then the Ford Mustang Turbo. It's got the Cosworth BDA 1.6 litre engine, and then the Porsche 936 K3. It's got the Porsche 3 litre turbo twin turbo flat 6 engine. Then under 2 litres, it's got BMW 320 E21 turbo. That's got the BMW M10 engine in. Then we've got the Lancia Beta Monte Carlo turbo, which is the Lancia 1425cc 14.78 turbo straight 4. Then we've got the Lotus Esprit with a Lotus 1973cc type on the 90714 litre engine. There's a lot of pluses and a lot of minuses to these cars, okay? So be aware, there's a lot of interesting things that are going to take shape. Now, as per normal, we've got a full list of drivers and we've got some team names to run through here as well. Very, very interesting indeed. Ollie Day, 2-litre he's in the 2-litre SPG R5 series. He's in the Ford Mustang, so he's running the Ford Mustang Turbo. He's out on track at the moment. They've got Wouter de Bruin in behind it. Some of the team names this season are absolutely amazing. We've got the Scudiera Brigitte Bardot team of Alessandro Smeraldi. He's in that team with Eduardo Benica, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they got on. Carl Struhl, Max Sunflapper teamed up for the Broke Faster team this season. We've got the traditional Smile Power Racing boys out on the track. Mike Bell is part of that with Dan Herlock. Tic Tac Toe Motorsports, Ross Smith and Vinicius Concalves. I'm going to be interested to see how they get on. We've got SGS Club Italia with George Angelidis and John Uyan. They're out on track as well. Emmy Racing, Magnus Dahlgren, Timon Suvic. There's a lot of different teams out here today as well. As I said, classes. You've got pros, you've got AMs, you've got them all. We'll split them up on the Tile and Tower to give you a rough idea what we've got. As you say, 2-litre SPGR5, 2-litre SPGR5 AM, under 2-litre SPGR5, and under 2-litre SPGR5 AM. So 4 championships to look out for as on that one. Lots still going on. We're just under coming towards the end of qualifying. We've literally just finished off qualifying as well. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, Bussing, glad to be back. Those races were with chaos, which is very, very much appreciated. It will be. It will be. So there you go. So give us any questions that you want. I've just been joined, thankfully, to give me a break from talking. It's going to be very hard for 2.5 hours. Mr. Ross Smith has come and joined me. Ross, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. How are you today?
I'm all right at the moment, mate. I'm going to be very, very, very croaky by the end of this, I think.
Yeah, everyone's going to be tired by the end. You'll definitely get MVP for, having to run your mouth for that whole time. And, make sure you get plenty of water and throw a bathroom break in there if you need, whatever. It's just, got to take care of your health, right?
My missus says it wouldn't be a problem me talking for this. You know what I mean? He's not really too busy telling me to shut up, so it'll be all right. I'll be
Wife
good.
knows best.
Yeah, she always does, mate. Happy wife, happy life. You know, everybody knows that as well. Right. So I've given the run-throughs. We've discussed teams. We've discussed championships. We've discussed cars, Ross. From your perspective, let us know what's going on, because this is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, this is, we've obviously at Storm Gang have spent a ton of time in the off season and before outside of, just leading up to this to try and get these cars ready. We've been working with the Grand Touring Group, who released a massive, absolutely mammoth set for DRM, mostly DRM, although it include quite a few different specials and everything that ran all over the place. But they did that in AMS one. We teamed up with them. We got these cars ready. We got a few outside of that, like Thomas Johansson. That's his 935, and that's released in the workshop right now. So if you want a different version of that, like one where he's got a little bit more towards the historical version, you can check that out there. But all these guys were very gracious in releasing these cars to us to work on and bring into our Factor 2. So very pleased. But I guess getting into the cars, we've worked them up. It's a very interesting time. 1981 is sort of the end of Group 5, which is just an absolute monstrous set of regulations. It was like 2.5 pages long, I think, and basically all you had to keep was the engine block of the original car, and then I guess it was the doors, the hood, and or bonnet, and the roof. Pretty much everything else whatever you want. Oh, you had to keep the original windows too, which I believe Porsche with their Moby Dick version, the long tail, they got crafty and they just added windows outside of that because the rules said nothing about it and that they couldn't do it. Same thing with the front with the headlights. They dropped them right down to the ground so that way they could lower the nose. So lots of crafty little bits of engineering have gone into these cars, and they're just absolute monsters. So you have your 2-liter and under 2-liter, and so of course turbos were absolutely utilized to try and boost the available horsepower. The rules and regulations basically said at the time it's like you've got corresponding horsepower with your dry weight, your curb weight. So they just based it on that. So that's why you'll see, like, for instance, the Ford Mustang, which ran as the Capri internationally, particularly in DRM, is the Mustang in IMSA in the United States, but that was the only Ford that was running at this point outside of DRM. And it's actually under 2 liters. I think it's 1.7, or it started as 1.4 and is 1.7, but it's such a powerful car that it's listed in the 2-liter in the Division 1 cars. So it's crazy. You're going to see over the season, the under 2 liters are going to have races with curvy tracks. Like I'm just trying to think of some offhand, like maybe Mugello might be one where they're going to be up there fighting in and amongst the 2-liter cars just because their power to weight ratio is enough to, they're right there with them. So yeah, and even in the infield here, you're going to see some of the slower 2-liter traffic, hopefully not me, getting kind of swallowed up by some of the faster under 2-liter traffic at times. So it's going to make it interesting. And the other big point here is endurance. I mean, obviously it's a longer race. It's mimicking a 24-hour race, but what I'm talking about is more of the engine. It's they're a lot more sensitive to being abused at this point in time. So we've kind of reflected that. So there's a very strong chance that at least, or maybe less, maybe more, 50% of the field may not make it to the end just because their engines conk out. So it's something that everyone's aware of at this point. You've got to make sure you've got enough air flowing through the radiator. You got to make sure that you're not over revving the car, which of course at Daytona, without that bus stop chicane, you've got a lot of just completely open space where you're full throttle. And if you are slipstreaming somebody, you got to keep an eye on your oil temps. You got to keep an eye on what's happening just overall, and just cross your fingers, cross your toes, like whatever you got, pray to the sim gods and hope that the car just makes it to the end, because those points are, they don't come easy, and you basically have to complete, I think it was 70% of the leader of your class in distance, and you have to take the checkered flag under power. So
yeah, because it's got in there, lot. You can't 50% of the race distance. That's what we've got on the championship page.
50, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Drivers must not DNF, but so what happens if you're on the last lap, you're going around and your computer disconnects?
You can come back in. We allow it where
who's going to come back in on the last lap, Ross?
Oh, well, if you're getting points, I mean, you definitely want to try and make it. And, the admins, particularly in that type of situation where it's a special case, they'll look at it and they'll adjust accordingly. We've had that happen. It's very rare, but, it does happen,
It's not running over pedestrians.
I'm just trying to fix my wheel here. I lost force feedback for whatever reason, so I'm just trying to figure that out.
With the old tic-tac livery on there. Looking very beautiful.
That was actually... It was Vinicius's idea. He was throwing some things my way, and I can't turn down a colorful livery, so we got a couple interesting things going on there.
Yeah, there's a couple of drivers who are not on the driver list, like Gui Survey here as well. I don't know if these are some of the new drivers that have joined. Interestingly, Ford Mustang and a BMW 320 are the most popular cars, Ross.
As of right now, so within the season, so previously we'd allowed, I believe it was one car change without penalty, and to kind of so what we were seeing is a lot of drivers might go up until Le Mans or something, or just after, and then they would change their car out, and some of that was to kind of take advantage of what was happening with the later tracks to try and pick a car that was going to be more advantageous there. So we decided, well, let's try something where you can change your car as much as you want, but you take a points penalty relative to the percentage of the season completion. So if it's 50% of the tracks of the races are completed and you change your car, then then you lose 50% of your points.
Ow.
Well, it's it's there to encourage drivers to stick with a car, especially if you're in a team's championship, to make sure that you're actually committed to it, as far as like what everyone else is dealing with. And the cars are designed to be able to do certain things over the course of the season, with the different types of tracks that we're running. So by the end, they should all have a shot at taking the championship. So when you're changing cars, it kind of breaks that up a little bit. And so, we didn't want to discourage drivers from picking a car. Like, early on in the season, we know that there wasn't a ton of time to be able to test and get used to how the cars behaved and everything, try and peak out performance early on. So that's why it's percentage. If you change your car after the first or second race, you haven't really accrued a ton of points. So if you lose, what would it be, like 6 or 7% or something early on, that's a couple points. And if you're able to get a car that is better behaved for your driving style, for whatever you're doing, maybe for you or your team, you can overcome that. Whereas if you're trying to do something later in the season, then, it might be that you're trying to look at a car that is more advantageous for whatever tracks are coming up. And so that kind of punishes that behavior a little bit more.
Basically, suck it up, Buttercup. You're going to get stunned.
Exactly. And I mean, it's not to say that, some drivers, they'll go for quite a while trying to eke out the best performance on a car. And then they finally decide, they're like, you know what, I just can't get anything more out of this. I'm just going to go and try something else, maybe they don't care about the points. Adrian Rice is one of those drivers who, he just likes racing, getting in there. So he's not as much interested in the championship season. So, it allows a competition to flourish without, stifling the ability to select cars that might be, within somebody's wheelhouse.
Okay, well, let's see how these guys get on as well. We're on board with Guy's survey then as well. And he nearly lost it round one of the corners. He went too low off the banking and the car started hovering around a bit as well. Pete Davis Racing, you're watching, apparently. Thank you very much. KIMD, not sure who you are. It's a good day at Carboys with his hands. Much appreciated. Oh, no, that one. What are we looking forward to mod-wise coming over the season? I've been looking inside the cars. Some of them aren't quite flashy yet, Ross.
Yeah, so that's been a constant pressure for sure. There's been a lot going on over time that's prevented. It's mostly me who's been working on the graphical side of things, besides the 3D. So there's just been a lot of having to shift priorities around over time that have kind of held me back from being able to do some things. So yeah, we just barely sneaked the 81s in to just be able to perform, so that way drivers could get them. So I'll be going through and hitting those one at a time and getting them updated. The 935 is in a good spot right now where it's actually showing its interior. Thank you to Thomas Johansson for that.
It is, I can see. I'm on board with Jerry Chen.
Yep. So it's, it's going to get worked on for sure. It's only 7 cars. I'm still actually wrapping up the 1985 cars, just have the IMCA there, so that way we can release that to the workshop here in Q1, hopefully before the end of the month. And then we're going to have a whole bunch more mod releases into the workshop, publicly available. I'm not going to say what they are just yet, but I will say one of them is intended to be the WSC 2023, which I know you're like, well, that's 3 years ago. What are we doing? But there are quite a few cars in there that a lot of drivers are looking forward to. That's going to be like the Glickenhaus and a lot of the original LMDH, LMH cars, a lot of the GT3s in their Evo formats. They're going to be available. So you'll be able to enjoy those cars in R Factor 2. There are still a lot of thriving leagues that are looking to have something to fill that gap, for maybe those who don't want to do LMU, or they don't, LMU doesn't quite offer some of the same track selections or customization that some of these leagues are looking for. So it's going to be a big boon for them. And like I said, there are a lot of special mods coming out. Some will be tracks as well. So Storm Gang's going to be releasing those here pretty soon. And hopefully everyone can just enjoy, and we can see sim racing flourish a little bit more.
Absolutely. I've been looking through some of the liveries. Well, so I've got to be honest, some of the liveries are amazing. I don't know if you've done a livery scan recently, but they're absolutely amazing.
It's great because in our Discord we can see the livery channel where drivers are posting them as they're making teams, which that's great to see that a lot of drivers are teaming up this year because I love to see a good teams championship, especially when you've got some drivers, maybe they're not quite as strong, they're mid-pack or something, but it gives them something to fight for. They're pushing through, trying to score points, trying to help out their team. So there's a lot more complexity.
Teams.
But yeah.
Teams. So two driver teams and three driver teams. How's the points being sorted out there? Because surely the three driver teams are going to have the advantage.
They have an advantage in that they have a better chance of scoring points, but only the top two drivers from each team will score points.
Right, okay, that's what I was trying to clarify, because otherwise, poor old Burgundy monsters here with Elko Bussink and who else is in there? Benjamin Latalek and Tony McCoffin. There's three of them. They'll go on scoring points and they'll be famous. Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's only the top two drivers.
Correct. Yeah. So
that's fair.
They'll it ends up working out. Oftentimes, you'll see some three driver teams where they don't have the third driver show up for all the races. It might just be for, say, Le Mans or some of the bigger ones. I mean, there is no difference in points between rounds for the historics, but they're just trying to give themselves the best chance there, have the most fun. There are some drivers that can only run a limited schedule because they have other obligations. So it's just like, oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to Spa 2.4, which is a 24-hour race in 1981, and it's going to be interesting. I got to say, it's going to be a fun season. I think there's a lot of complexity going on here. This was, as far as points, the most complicated series in the World Endurance Championship. It was just bonkers what they had in terms of makes championship and drivers championships and which rounds that the manufacturers could actually score points on, and it was all over the place. And interestingly enough, this year, 1981, was had of I think the 12 or 14 rounds or something that had 6 of them were in North America, which you think about now, it's like that's kind of bonkers, but it's kind of cool because we think about the convergence that WEC and IMSA are trying to talk about today, and like they'll even race at the same track like when they were doing Sebring, but they have to run their own separate races. Whereas 1981, there were several rounds between IMSA and it was WSC where they just ran all the same cars on the track at the same time, same race. They said, yeah, let's just do it. So it's pretty cool for that. I appreciate it.
That why we got Daytona twice on the calendar.
They did run it twice, and both rounds were actually legitimate rounds in the World Championship. So it was just that the second one was shorter. I think it was a mileage race, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was kind of more of a sprint race by comparison for sure. And of course, you've got the famous 24 hours.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
You just
I'm out of
stopped on
breath.
me randomly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. So you last season, C1 Pro Champion or Pro-Am Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see a Ross Smith defending championship?
Yeah, well, it's a different makeup. Pro-Am, you saw as time went on, the championship kind of shifted, and like we lost a lot of our Pro-Ams by around the middle of the season. So it was kind of between me and Tony McGoffin, and even he had to dip out. And we kept talking to, back and forth, joking because we run over in like the Rookie Monster side of things that, hey, are we going to ever get a chance to race each other on track competitively? And it sort of happened at Sandown, even though I was down a lap. We were racing around each other, but and it looks like we'll be separated again because I believe he's in the BMW 320. So we'll at least have fun on track together. But yeah, it's going to be different makeup. I'm actually in a team with Vinicius Goncalves, and we're going to be fighting with Jerry Chen and Ryan Paul Razor. Going to be a very strong team. And then you got George Angelides and John Uyon, who are also powerhouses, and they're both now down in the AM class. So it's going to be pretty tough. We almost got Vasilis Katarinakis to team up with, Gilles Lalonde to get the Mustang. So we'd have all 4 makes in the 2-liter competing in the AM championship. It was going to be just an absolute slugging match. But unfortunately, he's teamed up with Johnny Gutierrez in the pro side. And they're going to try and take on those guys in the team. So good luck to them. And I guess we'll just have our three-way fight down here in the M side.
I think this season is going to be one of them seasons where I'm going to sit back and go, what the hell have I just watched for a whole season? I think it's going to be nuts. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely bonkers. And I don't think this first race is going to, not happen here as well. We're topping north of 270 kilometers an hour. If we saw Gui running around there, in conjunction, if you're in the UK or you use proper measurements of speed, is 167 miles an hour. Okay, that's basically what we topped out at, was 167 miles an hour. It was nuts. And I think there is going to be some spectacular moves. I think there's going to be some spectacular crashes, Mr. Smith. I've got a funny feeling that's going to be coming at us very shortly as well. Yes. And I think this is going to be one of them races. I think I'm just going to sit back and go, holy cow.
Yeah, it will be. Daytona, it's representative, but also not of what's going to happen in the season. It's just so unique as a race and a challenge to the cars and drivers that are here in just all kinds of different ways. So it certainly will be interesting in its own way, but sort of an outlier in terms of kind of what you'll see for the norm for the rest of the season, I want to say.
Absolutely. Well, Ross, thank you so much for joining us. We're coming towards the end of warm-up, dude. I hear you clonking, and we're paying attention to you as well on your steering wheel.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. No problem. I've enjoyed listening to clonk. So fair play on that one, but we are going to get ready to get underway. Ross, have a good one. Hope it goes well for you. I'm sure I'll chat to you as the season goes on, and I'm sure I'll moan at you about the fact that the interior is not done.
Yeah, I will. I'll work on it best I can. Hopefully, we'll have a couple done before the next race, which I believe is in February, if I got my dates right. I think that's Mugello.
You wait, I've lost my calendar. Hold on, Ross. Yeah, Mugello on the 31st of January.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, the very end of the month. All right. So yeah, I'll work on it. I'll see what we can do. No promises yet, because there's still quite a laundry list that Storm Gang has going on. But I think that we'll be able to attack this a lot more and give everybody a nice little piece of eye candy that they can chew on.
All right, mate. Well, have a good one, buddy, and I'll catch up with you soon.
All right. Thanks, James, and good luck to you.
I'm gonna need sore throat sweets after this, I think. We'll be all good. We got this, Ross. We've got this.
You've earned it.
Thanks, mate. I'll catch up with you soon.
All right, take care.
Take care. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what we're talking about YouTube names. YouTube went back to showing old account names. Kim D. YouTube changed her names appear for some reason. Oh, okay. Go Ben Borman for when the race starts, says Becky. Becky, look, I don't know if you're doing anything. Want to come and join me in the booth? Like, literally. Me in the booth on my own. We had this so late. Ross and George got to me so late that basically we couldn't. Everybody was busy, apart from me. So yeah, bit of a nightmare. There you go. Right, let's get ready to bring up the grid, and we will show you the starting order. Go from there, but let's bring it up and start off with now Ollie Day on pole position with the Route de Bruin in second, Gilles Lalonde in third, and then Jerry Chen there in fourth. Great job from them guys. Moving on, Eduardo Benica in his Ferrari in fifth. Dan Herlock in the BMW will be in sixth. Petravsky in his Porsche, and then Alexander Smaraldi in his Ferrari will be in eighth. On from there, Timon Suvik and Magnus Dahlgren finish out 9 and 10. Ben Kesby and Daniel Fass round out the top 12. Ethan Funk and Nicholas Kirsten, 13th and 14th, with Benjamin Letelek and John Uyan in 15th and 16th place. On lineup. Behind that is Tom Lane, Vinicius Concalves, Elko Bussink, and JT Tammy round out our top 20. Moving on is James Andrews in his BMW, George Angelidis all the way down in 22nd, in Ferrari at 512, and then Steve Carman in his Ford Mustang, Daniel Kruger in that. Ross Smith down in 25th, Alexander Schultz in 26th, Mike Bell 27th, Adrian Rice in 28th place. Good job from all of these guys. Moving on, Ben Borman in 29th, then Johnny Gutierrez down in 30th, Ryan Paulbert Reyes in the Porsche, what a surprise, in 31st, with John Mayer in the Lotus Esprit in 32nd. Look at them cars, good man. Matty Overton 33rd, then Eric Monet and Dan Fowler in 34th, 35th, and Green Survey in 36th place. One more moving on behind that as well. That is Tony McCoffin in 37th. So that is the starting lineup ready for you guys here as well. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you want to get a drink, get it now. We're on our run down into turn number 5, which is right-hander, before we go in turn 7. And then it is basically one long run all the way through. So hold on to your hats. Listen, I'm not going to lie. Through 2.5 hours or 2.4 hours, I will be taking a couple of minute break, get a drink, chill out, use the toilet probably at my age. So there will be periods of time when the broadcast will go silent. Hope you can understand that. I am on my told. All right. So there we go. If you come in and everything's silent, please welcome people in and say hello to people that have joined. That would be absolutely for all of us here on CMS and on JPB. So if depending on which one you are watching on. So thank you very much for that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the bells for all of them. That'd be amazing. Right. Quick swig of drink from me. Coffee. We are going to be going very, very shortly. Ollie Day will lead the way. We're hoping Ollie does well. Like always been near or near abouts. Do you know what I mean? And I really want him just to do very well. Ollie Day. Sort it out. You got this. Right. Who's going to be? Let me know who you're cheering on. Obviously, Becky's got Ben Borman. Literally tagged up, ready to go. Let me know who you're cheering on and who you're looking forward to seeing. What's your favourite car? Got lots this time. Becky, you do this season if you are here. Let me know. Mr. Reese, our resident Ted Kravitz, is in. Ted Kravitz? Yeah, that's right. Is in chat as well. Welcome in, dear sir. Thank you so much for that one. Let's get ready to get going on our run round turn 9. Go Ollie Day, says Kindy. Kim. Easy. Need it. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages, round number 1 of the 1981 historic VWSC is officially green. Ollie Day didn't get away. Oh, Ollie Day did not get away. Vuda Bruin's going to sweep around the outside. This isn't like modern day. There's not as much room as normal, but it is. Vuda Bruin is taking the lead of the race. He swept round the outside. Job done. Got Ollie Day at the start. Ollie got it all a little bit wrong. Benjamin Letalek is currently in there as well. He's leading the way. There's lots gone on already. There's a few drivers going down the order. Even Funk has been off the racetrack as well. But I can tell you now, Vuda Bruin leading the way over Ollie Day. You missed the start, Mr. Day. You missed the start. He missed the start, did Ollie Day, and unfortunately he has now struggled for it in his Ford Mustang. All the way down, he's down in second place. Going to be very, very interesting indeed. You can see on the left-hand side who is where and what has gone on in the meantime. Even Funk, as I said, has been off the side of the racetrack, so we will keep an eye out on that one. We've got Benjamin Letalek. He's having a nice little battle at the moment. Leaders of classes so far on your left-hand side are as follows. Vuda Bruin leading the GR5 Pros. Gilles Lalonde, GR5 AMs. Benjamin Letalek in the under 2 hours GR5 Pros. And then Adrian Rice in the GR5 AMs leading the way further back. Great action taking place all the way through here as well. Eduardo Bonica is having a bit of a ding-dong currently going on. He's chasing down the likes of Dan Herlock and Gilles Lalonde. Watch this, watch that speed. 310, 309 kilometers an hour. Absolutely rocketing. They're 192 miles an hour running down that line from Eduardo Bonica in that Ferrari 512. We did say they've got to be careful of their oil temps. If you sit in, basically by sitting too long, you're not getting airflow through the front. Big hard on the brakes. Oh, Eduardo Bonica. Oh, look at them, they're so fast on the straight that they almost look so slow on the infield. It's absolutely bonkers. But these front 6 at the moment are having a nice little, proper little ding-dong, should we say, at the same time. Positions gained, positions lost on the left-hand side. As you can see it there once again. There's lots of people who have moved up and down the field and lots of people who are going to continue moving. Even Funk down 12. We knew that one already. Mike Bell down 10. He's been off the side. Oh, he looks like he's been off the side of the circuit here with possibly Oh, did he go off with Ryan Paulbert Reyes? Ah, he's already facing the wrong way. Here's Mike Bell. What has he done? Has Ross Smith? Oh, Smithy! Oh, Ross! The mic off into the underworld there. Ow! And then Ryan Paulbert Reyes is a little bit further up. He has a drama going into turn number 1 in that Porsche. Gets it all wrong, just runs it wide. Ow. The question is going to be, who was going where? Oh, I can't really see from that angle. That was a rubbish angle. I'll put deep apologies on that one. Let's have a look. Who's going where? Ah, Smith went up. Smith went up. Rossi Smith, you naughty boy, you. Ouch. And there we go. Big old collision for Mike Bell. That's why he's dropped all the way down the order at the moment. Multi-class positions next. Benjamin Letalik and Elko Busick are not very far apart. Gilles London Petravsky, 3.6. Ollie Day and Herlock, 1.3. It does look like we have lost Wouter de Bruin. Why have we lost Wouter de Bruin? Down in 5th at the moment. He hasn't lost anything anywhere else. I think he's just lost positions there. Just lost positions for poor old Wouter de Bruin at the moment. You can see Benjamin Letalik and Elko Busick. These are not very separated by much. We're on our run down into the left-hander at turn number 4. Through we go. Big old lift, nothing like today. Hand hard on the brakes. Into turn 5 we go. This is going to be, let's see what happens. The thing is, if everybody's getting a draft, then nobody's really going anywhere. We've got like a DRS train. He ain't going to go near him now. He ain't going to touch him into turn 7. I think that's the thing. Turn 7 is going to be one of them where it's just nobody's going to be making a move because you've got the straight coming up. Let's see what can we get out of this BMW 320 Turbo. I think it's going to be around about 170 mile an hour, about 270 kph. Look at the bottom right-hand corner. It's telling you how fast we are on board. 235, 37, 40 into 5th gear, closing in. Slight little lift. I think we're maxed out. 267, 270, 71, 72. Are we going to get an overspeed? 82, we are. We're going to go up high. We've been sent high by Letalik. He's giving us no other option. You can see us running around the outside now. Elko Busick is high. Talik is low, and I don't think Busick's going to have it. I think as soon as he's run out, he's just hit a wall of air, and he could not go anywhere, unfortunately. Daniel Kruger's coming in behind him in that beautiful pink 59 machine. Looking absolutely stunning, I've got to be honest. In a Porsche 953, mind you, or 935, which is a bit meh, but it's still absolutely stunning looking machine. He's got the 65, who's just gone up the inside near enough, very forcefully there. That was JT Tummy in behind. There is people mixed in and around them. That's the problem. Kruger, Tammy, Smith, Paulbert Reyes, Steve Carman. They're all out of position for their class. So that's why they're all in the mix further down at the back. We saw obviously Smith's incident, and unfortunately for him, it's a bit of a problem there. That's why they're out of position at the moment. But it's going to be a very, very interesting ding dong. Let's just put it that way. That's some of the AM drivers a little bit mixed up in this field. So keep an eye out on that one. We've got Ross Smith and his partner in crime going side by side. Near enough, that's Vinicius Concalves and Ross Smith. They're in the tic-tac-toe motorsport club, or motorsport team, do we say? So we'll see how these guys get on once more. I feel like we've been going for ages, but we haven't. We've got 2 hours, 16 minutes left to go of this race. Somebody running around on the floor. I think Magnus Dahlgren on deck. What's Dahlgren doing down there in your Ferrari? Let's have a look and see. Oh, he's already facing way there. Going into 7. I'm not quite sure why you would make a move. Oh no, left-hander a 4. Oh, dude. Why was it going in then? I don't quite get that move because I've got a funny feeling he does something else coming out of 7 as well. Magnus Dahlgren in this Ferrari 512. Oh, he dives again. Now he's going to apply too much power, and the back end's going to go, nope. Oh! Into the 47. That was Magnus Dogan got hit by the 89. So, why is it showing Magnus Dahlgren in the 47? 9 on his car. It's a little bit weird. Anyway, let's go back to live pictures. It is Magnus Dahlgren in that 47. Not quite sure where he's got 89 from on the side of his car, but he has got Vinicius Concalves in the 48 machine tucked in behind him at the moment. It's still JT Tummy and Elko Busink are fighting it out behind these guys. There's JT in his machine. Lancia Beta Monte Carlo. Behind that is Elko Busink, who is sitting currently in his BMW 320. So nice bit aggressive for the start of the race. Yeah, I think, Pete, that's the thing, isn't it? I think we're going to see that quite often. I think that's the thing. I don't really need to see whether or not these guys really sort of did stuff like this. I don't know what's going on with Paulbert Reyes. I love the Diet Coke livery machine, but he's got off track again, and I'm wondering if him and Foster, Fowler, have had some form of drama. I don't think that Porsche is comfortable. Oh, me. No, 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 no. You, look, you're running on the grass as well. Okay, well, now we know what went on with them drivers. BMW is over 2 seconds in front of GT. Yeah, I think the thing is, they've got to look at it. If they're battling away, yeah, and they're out in front and they make a mistake, then JT's going to punish them. And he's going to pull away. But what they've got to do now between Andrews and Busink, they just can't be fighting with each other. They've got to kind of leave each other alone and try and close up to JT in front. He's 1.9 seconds already ahead. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be interesting to see how these guys get on that one. Adrian Rice leading the way in the GR5 U2L GR5 AMS. That's a mouthful. With Adrian Rice in behind him. He's got Survey for company. There is Adrian Rice. They're alongside each other at the moment. Adrian Rice got that in. Bro. Be careful. Hold on. Goes off here as well. That's why. Oh. Car going. And this is why Guy Survey was behind him, or alongside of him, I think. Guy's coming around the corner. There he is. Watch Guy on the left. In his 67 machine. Now this is where the contact. He's trying to, the problem is he's cutting his nose off. I don't get that. I don't know why he's trying to close him up so much. He had every right to be there. Ollie Day has lost the lead. Ollie Day has lost the lead. We are all the way down for Ollie Day in 8th. Some drama. Some drama. Oh, what? Hold on. Make contact. Not Ollie Day. Why are you off there? Okay. Oh no, he's coming across. Oh. 75 machine as well. And he just loses positions. Adrian Rice DNF'd. Tom Lane DNF. Why did you do? Oh, he just pulls over. Go again? What is weird? Tom Lane. Tom Lane DNF'd. Adrian Rice DNF. Oh, this is a rage DNF. This is a rage DNF all day. twice with the same driver, I would be raging as well. Twice with the same driver. Ollie's like, nope, had enough. Adrian's like, I've had enough. That's it. No, not having that. And I bet you if I read what's gone on in historic chat, there's probably some discussion somewhere. Oh dear, let's go back to live pictures. Adrian Rice is not happening. I would be angry. That is twice with the same driver. Twice with the same driver. But it's Eduardo Vanica out in front in his Ferrari 512. Just for updates on what's going on in the historic chat at the moment in the Discord is Adrian Rice is typing. Okay. Adrian Rice is typing. So unless I don't know if this message is going to be meaningful. Let's just put it that way. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. If any of the drivers do tune in and you are out and you want to come and join me in the booth, come and have a chat with me. Otherwise, it's 2 hours and 9 minutes. It's going to be very, very long. Mike Bell's game's been crashing, so he was rejoining as fast as he can. Yeah, there's lots going on. Oh, dearie. Adrian Rice is not an happy bunny. Whatever he's typing a full-blown essay at the moment. Matthew loving the lead, though. Yeah. Buddy Overton down there. He's just chilling in his Lotus Esprit. Oh. Yeah. Well, let's just put it this way. Can't read that. Hey, can't read that out. Won't read that out. JT Tammy is there. He's got James Andrews in behind him. He's got Elko Busink in behind that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Adrian in the booth. I don't really know if I want it in the booth. Try and get him in the booth, but I'll have to be strict and say don't swear. But let's just put it this way, he's not happy. He is not an happy bunny at all. But I think the problem is he kind of got every right to be unhappy because the same driver turned into him about 4 times. So I would be a little annoyed as well. I think I probably would have banged into him. No offense. He is right. You cannot go turning into people, and I think Lancia Beta Monte Carlo might need to have a good, strong, hard look at himself. Because, yeah. Okay, let's see. Have a chat. Say he'd be okay. Oh, yeah. See on that one. It was going. He's doing rather well, was Adrian. Until it all went wrong. Couple of people been off the racetrack. Ryan Paul Reyes, Steve Carman, Nicholas Kirsten, all taking trips off. Ben Kesby's even been off the side, and Alexandro Smeraldi also been off the side of the circuit. But I've got a funny feeling there are some people might be in penalty on that one. But yeah, if I was Adrian, overly chuffed about what was going on that one. And talking about the Adrian Rice, he has come and joined me in the broadcast booth. Adrian, if I could just ask you not to swear, that would be amazing.
Well, I'm Australian, so it may happen just regardless, but I'll try.
All right. Let's start off first. What was your ambition coming into the season?
To try and be competitive and win AM. That was my goal. That was what I was trying to do. So I trimmed everything down, picked one series and no other series, and that was what I was going to do. But obviously, that's not going to happen.
Well, you've still got time. Obviously, depending if you're coming back for the rest of the season. Now, give me a rundown of your perspective of what went on during this brief period that you were on the racetrack.
Yeah, I haven't looked at all the replays, but I mean, trying to go below the yellow line to try and overtake someone and then not leaving enough room for it. But I just felt like I was getting beside people quite fairly, and then they were just going, "Oh well, I'm going to take the apex anyway. I don't give a rat's if there's someone there beside me. I'm just going to hit them anyway." And that's what it felt like from my perspective, and then that's what it looks like on my replay. But I'll have to wait until I actually see if I can see anything from someone else's point of view, because there's always a bit of a ping issue with me, because being in Australia, my pings are up sort of around the 250, 260 area. So it may be something like that was happening, but it just felt like people were going, "No, I'm just going to turn in, and I don't care if there's a car there."
From our perspective and YouTube chat's perspective, that's exactly what we saw. Unfortunately, it turned out it was the same driver about 3 or 4 times, which was, a bit of a shame. But you necessarily can't help where you are on track with other drivers. Unfortunately for you, it was the same person, which is probably where the frustration was. I'm going to presume, now I said it on YouTube chat when I saw you DNF, that it was a bit of a rage quit. Am I right, or was there some form of technical issue that I don't know about?
Nah, I've been up since 3:30 this morning, and it's now 5:30. So I'm not going to waste my time if that's going to be the type of driving standards, because I'm losing sleep. I'm wasting time I should be sleeping, so I can do my normal day-to-day activities to try and race. And if that's the way people are going to race, I'd rather go back to bed and get my sleep. I'm 55 years old. I need my sleep.
Dude, I'm 47. I feel your pain. I mean, get older. It does get harder. I'm not going to lie, along with the new pains that you wake up with every single day. Listen, Adrian, didn't go well. Are we going to see you for round 2?
Well, we'll see. I'll see if I can get... I'm still not very happy with the car setup, and I actually was supposed to be driving the Monte Carlo, but I can't get my head around that one. So we'll see how I go. If I can get a little bit better car setup and a little bit more comfortable, because I've upgraded some gear this year. I've got new pedals and stuff, and I'm still trying to get used to them. And so I'll just see how everything forms up. And I'm cranky now, but I'll probably be fine in half an hour and go, I'll go racing next week. It'll be no worries, but we'll see.
All right, mate. Well, listen, dude, thank you so much for joining me under very stressful times. I'm appreciated for that. And hopefully we'll see you at the next one.
We'll see. Thanks, mate. Thanks for having us.
Well, that was Adrian Rice, as I said, looking on that one. There's been a few dramas. Not going to lie, there has been some drama. James Andrews DNFing. That's an engine blow. Mr. Andrews has blown an engine. That on his own. Oh, he did. James Andrews' engine DNF for him. Gilles Lalonde is another one that's been off the side of the circuit. He's got that wrong. Far too quick. Turn number 1. He goes off in yonder. Eric Monet. Oh, okay. All right, gentlemen. Monet goes through a building. Look at that behind him, because who is this behind him? 6. Not really loving that. Gilles Lalonde has been off the side of the circuit as well. Lalonde goes round there. We'll go back to 5 pictures on this one. Why are the numbers not matching up to their car paint? I'm not quite sure who, unfortunately, there drove in to some of these guys. Benjamin Letalik with David Fowler in front. Alexander Schultz further up the field from him, with Ben Borman in, where is Ben? 4th place in class at the moment. Ethan Funk in front of him in the GR5 Pro under U2Ls. And we've got Bussink and JT Tammy on that one. Matty Overton still leading the way in the GR5 AMS. Under 2 litres, of course. He is in the Lotus Esprit, doing a great job with Gris Survey in behind him, with Eric Monet, John Mayer there as well. Maximilian Petrafsky is leading the way in 6. Oh, it was Petrafsky. Oh. And along, it's not Petrafsky in that Porsche, it's whoever that is. Then 6 machine. Is he the one involved with Gilles Lalonde? I feel like I'm... Involved with Eric Monet. Yes. Was him and Eric Monet. Ah, so Ben Cosby and Monet. There as well. Fortunately for Ben. Interesting, FF Motorsport is not on Discord. At times. That's Daniel Fowler, isn't it? And Alexander Schultz. Are they not talking to themselves? They might be on a call. They might be on something here as well. But some great picking shape racing at the moment. Schultz and Fowler, Borman having a nice little tidy battle. They're there behind them. And who else we've got going on at the moment? Calvert and Smith aren't very far apart either. Power delivery issues. Who's got power delivery? Daniel Kruger's just unfortunately having an incident. Brian Paulbert Reyes, another one. Tom Lane, Adrian Rice and Andrews. I get Tom Lane, front end pointing in two different directions after 6 laps is not where I thought this would end. So clearly Tom Lane is having had a problem. So unfortunately dropped out of it also. Very interested talking to Adrian Rice then, because although he was upset, he was still quite calm. And I know of people that, they've been that upset and they would not have been that calm at all. Got Benjamin Latalik having a nice little ding-dong with a current driver in front of him at this moment in time. That is Daniel Fowler. And that is Dan Fowler, obviously from SF Motorsports there as well, Pete. Oh, he's got to send him high, send him high, send him high. Send him high. Why would you not put somebody high? Why did they not go high? Why did he not send him high, Pete? Why did he give up the inside? As soon as he sends him high, he's going to hit a brick wall of air. And that move would have been a completely different story. I don't understand that. I think from Fowler's point of view, have a look and go, not quite sure if should have been doing that. That miss calls if there's an emergency like a race. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's very rarely we have race stoppages though, to be honest. But very interesting indeed. Ben Talek now up behind Alexander Schultz. Fowler not far behind it. I love that Jägermeister livery. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Isn't it? People don't want to be high. Exactly. So why did he not? Why then did Daniels not send him high? Because he stayed high and allowed the Talek underneath him. I don't get it. I'm not quite sure why he would not want to do that. Why would he not want to send the driver overtaking him high for him to have hit a wall of air? Ferrari closed the door on me on lap 4 and broke the front right. Then I bottled it myself and Ollie got caught up into the front left and that broke to... Oh, poor old Tom. Me left went, me right went, and before I know it, I'm looking like a hovercraft on the front end. Oh, dearie me. Never mind, mate. That's a rubbish camera, isn't it? Might be on the finger. On that one. Things happen. Things happen. But this is the closest battle on track at the moment. At the overall positions. Hour and 57 go. A little bit. Alec and Schultz behind the Talek now. Watch, this is the difference. Yeah, he does. He looks amazing. Look, he didn't send him high either. Why back off? You lifted then as well. Oh, there's body work in a minute. Right. Somebody in pit lane. That is Daniel Fowler in pit lane. That Jägermeister car. It looks amazing. Dan Fowler in pit lane on that one. You see all 37 cars on the racetrack. Lost James Andrews, Tom Lane and Adrian Rice DNF'd. We did hear from Adrian Rice. Tom, if you want to pop in and have a chat with us, come and say hello. I am on my own, Tom, so as much company as you... That would be nice. Please. Rowdy is Maximilian Krafke. Maximilian is about 0.8 up the road. There he is there. That Porsche 935. Let's go livery. You know what I can't wait for is for all the cockpits to be sorted out. All the lights, all the interior, all of this stuff is going to be absolutely amazing. Rev limit is 8700 for the BMW and Lancia. Maybe they want to keep the engine healthy. Maybe they do. It's actually they've actually said it. But Pete, to be honest, BMW 320, big spin on the outside there, 9750. Lancia Beta 9500. There we go. And great move from Smeraldi. He got Petrovsky there. Petrovsky got a little bit loose and went a little bit wrong. 8750. Yeah. That might be in real life, but redline RPM on the cars at the moment, 9750 for BMW, 9500 for Lancia. Lotus Esprit is on 9750 as well. I think that's what has been set here. Matty Overton has been off the circuit. Matty Overton, where are you doing? Broke. Oh, horrible cockpit. Broke? Look broke. Right-hand drive, that car. The Lotus Elise, Lotus Esprit. Lancia Beta's in middle. What did Overton do? Turn 7. Coming round. Bum's coming round. Oh, please. That'll be why. That will be why. Guys there for Matty Overton. This is from Ben Borman here for the mod. Go over it and damage the engine the longer you stay above. Help your temp on oil for BMW and Lancia is also about 105 degrees. I think the thing is, that's the thing, Pete. For me, you've got to look at the fact that if somebody's coming to overtake you, don't want them on the inside of you. Allow them to run themselves high. Like Ryan Paulbert Reyes, just straight cruises past Ben Borman, jobs are good, right? Paulbert Reyes can carry on with himself. Yeah, he was on the underside of the line, though. I'll give you that. He was on the underside of the line, but that's the thing. I think for me that I just think that if you are going to have people, send them high. Do not allow them on the inside. Let them run up high. Let them waste what they can on the outside. Because once they get up there, they're just going to stop. John Uyan is having a fight here with Magnus Dahlgren. Dahlgren's about 1.3 seconds up the road. There is that Lancia Martini 67 at the bay in the way. O'Gree comes and pokes his head in quite often, doesn't he? There you go. On that one. 1 hour 52 minutes left of this race. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you are here, come and let me know. Say hi. Because, I've got a long time on my own. You know what I mean? So please come and somebody pop in and say hi. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. Right. Oh. Okay. Mike Bell, Dan Fowler, been off track as well here. No, the thing is, put it together though. Where's that, turn 4? Mike, where are you going? Not where you're going, it's whether or not you can get it stopped. Oh no. Oh. Blimey, that was close. Daniel Fowler's mistake in turn 1. Oh, all on his own, big snap. And unfortunately, Fowler went off. Ryan Paulbert Reyes had some drama. Oh, and he goes. But Reyes was making his way forward through the field. I am David Junt, by the way. I read the info on the Discord. I think for round 1, these guys are busy with their cars, not as much focus on what side they defend right now. Maybe. This is off the. We've got a commentator's cheat sheet, partly due to the fact that obviously, there are, like myself, we don't follow. We don't. Oh, Matty Overton. Hold on. Oh no. Matty. Oh, he's got big snap from him. He gets it all wrong as well in behind him. Goes off again and then loses the lead to Guisave. And Overton trying to come back in again. Matty Overton, the master of his own downfall at the moment. Guisave taking the lead. No, I do understand. I think they would spend some time on their car, and I understand that. And I think that's one of the things we get to look out for. But I think just sometimes pay attention to what you got coming up. Because technically, you do want to win every race, right? I mean, I'd love to win every race, but I'd suck, and I'm not really in that. Gilles Lalonde, Maximilian Krafke, 5 AMs, 2-litre G5 AMs. Got to be another way of pronouncing it. That's a long old class name. On board with Gilles Lalonde. Hard on the brakes in 4. It's 5, sorry. Krafke out in front. Now this is going to be the bit where we're going to decide whether or not we're going to be able to get who's going to be doing what. See, Lalonde is faster going around 7. Slower. Now he's half a second behind. Gilles Lalonde, he went in a little bit too hot. 6 tenths. There, I don't think. Not going to get there. Some of the engine sounds are absolutely incredible, aren't they? Let's be real about it. The guys at SGS have done an amazing job there as well. Quality work once again. I don't know if anybody... I missed the last end. Interesting, the comms get a cheat sheet. I've been asking for a BAP Google sheet during the last year for a better overview for the moderns and the historics. Wow. Listen, Alex. Don't shout at me. We get basically, it's just a sheet that gives us information about, not a BOP sheet, of what we're expecting from these guys this season. Okay, so it's like we've got the list of cars, list of engines, list of the horsepower, list of the red lines, then we have the fuel capacities, and then we have, basically we do it in numbers on who's better at what. And at the moment, the one with the most is the Lotus Esprit, 2 number 5s. Very nimble and great in slower sections, but low speed. Fine, but it's just a sheet that tells us what we can expect from each car. Because people like me, I don't really follow sports car racing. I know it's a bad thing, but it's just not. I like VTCC. I like touring cars. I like short sprint races. I don't want to be sat here for 24 hours. Like people say to me, "Can you watch Le Mans?" I'm like, "No." Can you watch 24 hours of Daytona? No, I can't. It boils the living doodies out of me. For that long, to be honest. My attention span is 0. So probably over my lifetime before I broadcasted CMS, I probably watched 0 races. As Paul Reyes goes around again in turn number 7. I probably watched 0 races in judging Sportscar racing. That's probably why I get so frustrated with flags and George keeps telling me off. Because it just does my boxing. But yeah, look, that's probably where I'm at the moment. Gilles Lalonde there, Maximilian Petrovsky, swap places. Easier for some non-tech savvy guy if he had to use car stats. Well, exactly. This is why I knew what each car did at the beginning. All right? Damn it, that's why. Because I got my sheet in front of me. But everybody needs help, right? We don't, if I gave you and told me to you go and do, I don't know, drag racing. I mean, go and tell me about drag racing, and I gave you a sheet that had like each different car on, then you know what you're talking about. Because sometimes I need help because I'm old and I don't really. Oh, dearie me. But never mind. All good fun. All good fun. Cool. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Ben Letalic and Alexander Schultz are having a bit of a ding-dong at the moment. This is for 4th and 5th. The U2L GR5 Pros. Nice little battle further up. Gilles Lalonde and Maximilian Petrovsky. There is also one Dan Herlock having a bit of a ding-dong at the moment. Dan in that 50 machine. Got Junior Gutierrez in front of him. Can't wait for cockpits to So amazing. There is Danny Hurlock. We also have drivers that aren't that good with these tools. So yeah, no, dude, I suck. Look, he's sending him. Send him high. Gotta send him high. And 300 kph. And Lou, is he going to lift? That's the question. Yeah. Sounds incredible. Yeah, it does look very difficult because none of the lights are on. That's the interesting thing about that. The lights were there, but they just didn't turn them on. Look, and they are. They're very rubbish, to be completely honest. I would use it to save fuel as well, though, to be fair. I think I would use it to save fuel. Sitting behind him. Try and cut out what we can. Lift. Lift. Question is what's his run going to be out of turn 7? How is that going to play out? We're looking at BMW. Gutierrez in that Ford Mustang. That looks slower at the moment. Half a second behind. 5 miles an hour behind, slower. 10. Mustang ain't got some grunt on it. But that's the thing, isn't it? Mustang's power. Quite a lot in conjunction. The acceleration on the Mustang's right up there. The straight line is up there. Cornering, then again. Don't be a Mustang that does corner like it's on rails. Rather than a house brick on wheels. Price that down that low. To be blatantly honest with you. So, you know, got to get closer though, isn't he? That's the problem, David. He's no point trying to save fuel that far back. This is going to run it a long old way. So keep an eye. Get a flag in sector 2. Speed. And pull back Reyes. No, you got that wrong. Oh, mate. I'm not quite sure where you were going. Right, pull back Reyes in the Porsche. At least he can actually say he's got his money's worth out of track this week. I think he's been off at every corner. Right, Bell. And he goes up side of the circuit, manages in without any problems. Pull back Reyes. Oh, well, that's the end of that one. Ben Borman. Been off the circuit. But he's coming back on, actually. He's blown. That's an engine. Borman's engine. Oh, it's going to be a DNF for Ben Borman. The DNF for Brian Paulbert Reyes as well. Blow up. Oh no, he is disconnected. Here's Concalva is in that tic-tac motorsport. Goes off the circuit. Don't hit the wall. Oh, he did it. Oh, BMW. Concalva's. The DNFs. Paulbert Reyes disconnect. Ben Borman blew an engine. Andrews out. Tom Lane out. Adrian Rice out. So we've got people out already. Free Stang. So Concalva's goes up the inside of eight. Calva's then gets done as well. Oh, Vinicius, where you going? Secto gone and got the wrong X's. And that's Eduardo Benica leading the field. Timon Vic in second. Johnny Gutierrez in third. Got Dan Hurlock in fourth at the moment. On that one, where everybody is in the left-hand side. See if they get out of position. You can see the people out at the bottom. All of theirs running, but down a couple of laps. Carmen, I suppose, could be out of position. Petrovsky is. Time. Bell. That was Pro Ben gone first. Damn, even has a higher road limit. Yeah, but the thing is as well, if you're just over it, if you're going, you know, if you're revving over it, it's not very well, is it? You know what I mean? Oh no. That's Kesby's engine. Kesby has just gone poof. Can I do it? No, I think you should move it up. Ben Kesby. Another one. Well, Ross Smith did tell us people have got to manage it to get to the end, and now I did. And to be honest, Paul Burt Reyes, Ryan, you had seen every part of the race circuit, hadn't you? Don't change around your rig in the morning of the race. You kind of. I blame Kirby. I don't blame Kirby. You can't blame Kirby. You can't blame somebody else for the fact that you've gone around more times than Kylie Minogue. Mate, you can't do it. You had a bad race. Let's just put it that way. Matty Overton off the side of the circuit again. Unfortunately for him, people are not very close in class at this point. I know we'll spread out than we want. So, Kurt Bizzle. Oh, don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Did you? Unfortunately, okay. So let's put it this way. Help Ryan Paul Burt Reyes change around this morning. Now, if you did, then yeah, I get it. Then you can say sorry. If you didn't, well, then it ain't your fault. That's what I said. I had to figure out what gear I was in by counting each time. You don't have an overlay for your screen that tells you what gear you're in. You don't have an overlay like that tells you. Get overlays that you, can't you? You know, or am I just dreaming? You can get overlays, can't you? That tell you what gear. Matthew Overton and Ethan Funk have been off the side of the circuit. Team been in pit lane, and Magnus Dahlgren and out there as well. A couple of people starting in their pit lane circuit. We did say 2 stops. Got about an hour gone, I suppose. So, eye out on this. Living that F1 period of racetrack racing, where you sit down and eat your Sunday dinner. So there you go. So I had to work this morning, a good race, but I hope everyone has a good one out there. It's been very up and down. There's been some good racing. There's also been some poor racing. And then we've got Johnny Gutierrez chasing down Team Monsoon. That's always good as well. I don't remember what the RF2 in-game keybinds were to turn on the info. I was trying to tap each key while... Oh dear. Most people do that in practice, Ryan. Not going to lie. Do it in practice. Right, I've got a problem with my headset. Give me 2 seconds a minute. My earpiece is very uncomfortable. Give me 2 seconds. That repaired, fortunately. The lining has been a bit of a pain. I was belly dancing, aka spinning it. You were. That's what I said. You were spinning more times than Kylie Minogue. You have to be a little bit more careful about rares, aren't you? You know what I mean? Get it right. Because I did notice you going around, dude. You were going around quite a lot. Johnny Gutierrez is chasing down Subic. They were a lot closer than where they're at the moment, but they've just now kind of dipped away from each other. So there you go. But they're getting a little bit in and out, in and out, in and out. Really, anybody else in any of the classes that are really tucked in near each other? See Timo Subic got that car sliding. Look at that. Looks amazing. I think I pulled Pulled with my pedal tray when I adjusted my seat before green flag. Half the USB for my dash and LEDs were pulled out from the hub. I don't really know what you want me to say, Ryan. I'm not really sure what you would like me to say apart from careful next time. Maybe that might help. You know what I mean? So there we go. On board with Johnny Gutierrez in his Ford Mustang. Pre-Stan, as it got called earlier on. So there you go. So Dan, you going to race? Are we expected you to race? Are you coming to race? If you are, let me have a look. You on the list? Oh, you're not on the list. Why are you not on the list? Why are you not on my driver list? Are you racing, Dan, or not? If you're going to, like Mr. Kirby, of course. If you're going to race, then let me know what you're in. Smelraldy has been off the side of the circuit with Ethan Funk, as we just watched Johnny Gutierrez go high. And he is going to get that over Timon Suvic. Completely different driving there. Well done for Johnny Gutierrez. Timon Suvic is faster. You're going to get past him. He's going to look up the inside. Suvic alongside Gutierrez going into turn number 1. Mustang and Ferrari. Suvic backs out. Allows the Mustang to have room. And there's we survey again. In front of us. I think it's the only one in a Martini livery. I think that's why it makes it easier for me to spot him, to be blatantly honest with you. I don't think he is on there. Ryan Paul Rose being very nice and apologising in Discord chat. I don't know why. You didn't do nothing wrong apart from just being a pleb and pulling things out before you started a race. Probably not the best idea. Lesson learned. Daniel Kruger is off. Oh no, he had an incident with George Angelidis. Did he have an incident with George Angelidis? There goes George. No, he didn't. Hold on, he ain't done yet. 53. Hold on. Hold on. What did you do after that? Got it wrong? No. What did Daniel Kruger do? Going into turn number 1. I don't even know if he knew what road he was taking then as well. I think that was a problem. I think he went to dive out the wrong one. Mike Bell, another one down into turn number 1 as well. Mike's another one that's had a bit of a rough one this evening. There we go. Back to Gutierrez and also Timon Suvic. Gutierrez again got sent high. Underneath. Gutierrez going to get that job done over Timon Suvic. Now, whether or not they're lifting off each other, you know what I mean? That could be a big, big possibility. Great job from them. That's Mr. Smith in front of him. DNF for Daniel Fowler. Another one down. Timon Suvic just goes up the inside of Gutierrez. Oh, Timon, and gets a big old slide on the exit. There is Mr. Smith in his tic-tac-toe motorsport machine. The ME Racing Timon Suvic. Sorry, Suvic's just going to go straight past him, isn't he? Without any dramas. Oh, Smith's on the grass. You got to think 4 headlights would be so much better than 2 that the other that Ross has got on his car. You know what I mean? Ross in the BMW. Timon in the Ferrari. And Ross slots in behind him. Good job. I don't think there's any reason why he needs to be challenging him there. I think that's more of a just to leave him alone and let Timon get on with his race. So great racing from all of these guys. We've got 1 hour and 31 minutes to go. So be prepared. A long race. Lots more to come. So hold on to your hats. You can see Gutierrez and Suvic again. Gutierrez clears him. Oh, he's going to go to the inside there of that Ferrari. I think that's actually George Angelidis' car. Being flashed from Timon Suvic as well. Remove. Unfortunately for George, he's in a bit of a bad spot, my dear. Kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, isn't it, when people are coming at you like that? George. Here he is behind him. Got Mr. Smith. His battles for position. I wonder if Ross is going to have a smile on his face as he passes the boss. Ross smiling. George there cursing. Ross is on the grass. Oh no. George is trying to get up the inside. Ross manages to hold on to it. We have got somebody in behind Angelidis, and I can't even see who that is. It's literally pitch black. I don't think that is Daniel Kruger. To say, Kruger did DNF. Daniel Fowler DNF, sorry. Who is that behind him? What number is that? Really annoying. You cannot see it. That's number 50. Dan Herlock. This isn't a battle for position. This is a battle far from positions. But this is a pro and am. But really, let's not forget, there's not a lot of difference in cars at all. Dan Herlock, BMW M1. George Angelidis is in the Ferrari 512. Both cars in the same class. George up in the wall. But where are you going? Tony McCaughlin's been off the side of the circuit as well. I'm not sure what that was. Let me see if I can do some... Up here. There's McCaughlin. Did George just lose concentration? Lose concentration? Run that one again. On board with George now. Yeah, he just loses concentration, I think. Oh, George. George. Loses concentration, puts himself in pit lane. Eduardo Benica out in front. Danny Herlock in second. See on the left-hand side there. With Dahlgren in pit lane, Suvic in pit lane, Gutierrez pit lane, Angelidis pit lane, which we saw, which I think, I've got to be honest, I think he put himself there. I really don't know if driving into the wall in a full right-hand turn was the best way around that from George, but, you know, what do I know? But let's see what goes on here as well. Any more close battles? No, everybody's a little bit spread out. I think, guys, that's going to give me 5 minutes to have a bit of a break while these guys are circling through the pit stops. Hope you don't mind, but 2.5+ hours on my own is a long old time. So I'll leave you in the middle with some of these drivers. Who are we going to pick to be our break entertainment? Beaker's in pit lane. Down board with Smith. Look at that tic-tac-toe machine. Right. Whoa. Okay, that's not quite right. Go back there for Russ, driving around at the moment. And I will catch you very, very shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. A quick drink and a yogurt. So there we go. Lots of people have been in and around pit lane. Seems to be with an hour and 20 minutes to go. People have jumped in. Race going to be lasting about, fuel tank's about an hour by the looks of it. 2 hours 20 on there. See some of the movers and shakers after the pit stops on the bottom in classes at this moment in time. Class leaders, Eduardo Bedica, JT Tammy's in pit lane, Maximilian Petravki, 8.5 seconds out in front of John Uyan, and Guy Survey, but he's in pit lane as well, which means Henrik Bonnet still got time to come into pit lane. So some few changes and movers and shakers. So let's see what happens here on that one. But still got more racing to come. Pete, David Jun is there telling you how to turn the hood on, Brian. So there you go. Press the right button, I suppose, on that one. Johnny Gutierrez and Timon Subic haven't really left each other alone. They're still not leaving each other alone as we speak now. In there, I've just popped in to see the wife as I was walking past, and she's having trouble building children's Lego. Apparently, had to give her the super glue. Glued the Lego together because she can't build it. Flowers keep popping off. Asked him, gave her the Lego, gave her the super glue, and was like, "Okay, see you later, bye." Good little husband. Listen to my wife get stressed about Lego, which is quite funny. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, she's still getting stressed about the Lego. Let's have a look. You built it yet? You dope. Oh well, she's now super glued the Lego, and now none of it will go together at all. So, all in all, she's broken. As Johnny Gutierrez is carrying on, still chasing down Timon Subic. This battle for third and fourth in the GR5 Pros top group, should we say, in the 2L GR5 Pros. And then we're going to be looking at the GR5 AMS, U2L GR5s, and U2L GR5 AMS, which Matthew Overton is back in the lead for there as well. Oh, okay. I'll leave that one in the Discord. But yeah, lots of action still, I'm sure, to come, but it's very, very quiet at the moment. This is Johnny Gutierrez chasing down Timon Subic. I don't really feel, this is the thing, these guys are just literally swapping backwards and forwards, but they're not really hindering each other. I do wonder whether or not they're just more concerned about working together, to be blatantly honest with you on that. Thank you. I'm just checking something here. Johnny Gutierrez Bad Day Racing, Team Simon Subic ME Racing. So I thought they may have been on the same team, but they're not. For them, so they're not even on the same team, unfortunately. DNS for Nicholas Kirstens. Ooh. Oh, he just got that all wrong. Oh, well, his engine went. It's really hard to tell an engine when grey smoke in the dark. Tony McCoffin off track. That bright Jägermeister machine. Oh, you got too early. Ouch. Too early for Tony McCoffin. What's your wait, you're on pit lane exit. He's even on the wrong part of the circuit. For Tony McCoffin, not quite sure that's part of the rules. Matty Overton. Got it all wrong again, Matty. Oh. Matthew Overton into the wall. That's for Matty Overton. Still leading in class though, but I'm not quite sure how. Is this steering wheel all in one piece or? No, clearly it's broken. Either that or he's just driving a little bit above his limits. Yellow in sectors 3, that was caused by Mr. Overton. Casey Tammy leading his field. Matthew Overton leading theirs. Petrovsky leading his. Yellow in sector 3. So Matty Overton there, 11.5 seconds ahead of Guisave. But yeah, starting to get settled down just a little bit. Settling down just a little bit. So we just keep an eye on some of these and see how they get on. You see Matty Overton there, still carrying on the race at the moment. So great job from all of these. Timosu Gutierrez not really left each other alone again. It's kind of stuck together like Velcro at the moment, these two. If you are here in the YouTube chat, let me know. Say hi. So there we go. Don't forget, let me know your favourite driver if you're going to have one. Very quiet spell currently. So there we go. Matty Overton seems to be having more troubles further back. Now just he's in pit lane at the moment. Wonder if that's just to get his car done. John Mayo's gone past him. John in the Lotus Esprit as well. Dark Thunder Racing. Then we've got Matty Overton, also in Dark Thunder Racing as well. So Matty and John together, and that could explain why they got the same livery. Just putting 2 and 2 together, you know what I mean? Coming up with 4, hopefully. On that one, right, Maximilian Petrovsky is closing in behind John Uyan. For the battle lead of the 2-litre GR5 AMS. Whereas Petrovsky's got a lot of speed in that Porsche. We know how bad the Porsche is, right, on top speed. Let's be real. It's still a poor on the modern day. Or is this the one of the last years the Porsche did have top speed? Oh, very clever. Very clever. Oh, the difference is he was going to pull you in. Here they go. Petrovsky now. Centre high. Oh, jiggling on the wheel. Look at that. Oh. Did not look a comfortable run. Just hitting air. He's going to try and outbrake him. He's going to try and outbrake him. I think he's got it wrong. Oh, did he bury it? Petrovsky late on the brakes. Through he goes for Maximilian Petrovsky. Great racing. I thought Petrovsky was not going to get that, but he stopped well within his minutes. Great job from Petrovsky. Stunning. Take a bow, sunshine. Give him a clap. So Maximilian Petrovsky there doing his great job. It's going to have John Uyan, who's got to go back after him. John in the Ferrari 512, Petrovsky in the Porsche 935. I'm surprised the Porsche's got top speed, to be blatantly honest with you. Is it bad? What's this situation with the Porsche on this? Great acceleration, great straight line. Maybe it was one of the final years the Porsche had a top speed. Obviously in its 3-litre twin turbocharged flat 8. Very poor on cornering, understeers but stable on throttle, top end. So there we go. Maybe if you can handle the Porsche being absolutely terrible in the corners, you can utilise some of its speed that's going to come out of it. We've got an hour and 11 minutes still left to go here. And then we'll have a chat with the drivers and the movers and shakers and the winners at the end, of course, class winners. Right. Petrovsky pulling away now from Uyam. 7 tenths up the road at the moment. It's one of the closest battles on the race circuit. I've got a funny feeling. It is. Yeah, the manufacturer's labels on the left-hand side. See Eduardo Benica out in front overall. Danny Hurlock. These guys continue to fight. Trafki and Uyan, Trafki in the Porsche, Uyan in that Ferrari. Oh, Trafki's run wide. Surely Uyan's just going to sit in behind him. Surely he's not going to go for him down here. Go out there and hug him. Sitting behind him. Not sure why would you not be doing that? Why would you not be sitting behind him? I don't quite understand that one. Let's have a look at both drivers' top speed here. Ferrari slower than the Porsche, even under draft. 8 mile an hour, slower. 5, 4, 1. Same pace. Even that Ferrari don't look too comfortable on the curves. Now, is Uyan going to do the same to him that Petrovsky did to him? Big lift. Big lift. We're saving fuel. We are saving fuel. That was a massive lift from Uyan. Huge. Even Funk has been off the side of the circuit. It doesn't look like Wout de Bruin has also been off. Let's have a look at these. There's Wout de Bruin in turn 1. Oh, we're wrong, Sunshine, aren't we? And then we've got Tony McCoffin into turn 1 in that Jägermeister machine. Oh, too early. Oh, it's like he's going up pit exit. He's like, I don't know which one I'm taking. And Ethan Funk. Oh, on the grass, and then it's just Velcroed out. Ouch. And then Elko Bussink has also done the same thing. It's really easy to do in these cars. Right. Back to live pictures now. We're on board with Elko Bussink, who's chasing down Vinicius Concalves. The battle. This isn't a battle, is it? It's Concalves and the G5 AMs. 2-litre G5 AMs. Concalves has actually got... who's Vinicius got behind him at the moment? Daniel Kruger. There is Kruger, there is Concalves. They're only 4 tenths away from each other. Kruger runs that Porsche in quite high. Oh, he's coming. I don't think it's much like BMW is going to be able to do about this. That's a lift. Another driver by the looks of it, lifting and coasting going into turn number 1. Ross did say there was a lot of fuel saving strategies that we might be seeing here tonight. So yeah. Seems like we're having quite a few different strategies going on. Different fuel strategies. See what goes on here overall. As I say, we've lost Ben Casby, Paul Reyes, Ben Borman, James Andrews, Tom Lane and Adrian Rice. I can understand why Rice left. I'm not going to lie, that was a little bit of a bumpy ride for him over the first part of the race circuit. Over the first part of the race, I should say. So I really am not surprised that he he decided to call it a day. Let's put it that way. As we're on board with Daniel Kruger. In behind Kruger is Elko Bussink. Bussink to Benjamin Letalik is 4.6 seconds. Kruger to Concalves, however, is only 0.5 and closing. Kruger, look at that, 11 mile an hour, 12 mile an hour, 13 kilometers an hour, kph in it. Faster, he's now got him behind him. Wonder if Kruger's saving as well. Massive overspeed. Concalves is alongside. Kruger goes through. No, they make contact. Oh, you're kidding me. They're going to have to wait a mile. Daniel Kruger and Vinicius Concalves have just sat there. That's going to be like a 6-point turn. Look, there's one move. 2. Oh! Come on, move it. 3. You have a look. Let's have a look. And who we're going to blame. Oh! That was the slightest touch. Watch the bottom left. Oh, dude. Slightest touch from Concalves. Guisave goes into pits, gets told to go, and then DNF's after. So, unfortunately for Guisave, he is out. Slightest little touch there for Vinicius Concalves. That's going to leave the battle wide open. We've got John Uyan and Maximilian Petrovsky running side by side at the moment, down into turn 1. Uyan's on the inside, Petrovsky's on the outside. Petrovsky gets it. Great job from John Uyan. They've got time because Jerry Chen's further back. What are we doing speed-wise with these two? Porsche is so much faster than a Ferrari. It's absolutely nuts. A Porsche with top end. Don't know if that's right, is it? If I'm looking at it the right way. Side by side they go. That's not a back marker. That's a faster car, I think, going through. 666. I think that said on it. 666. Yes. Who is 666? That's the Daniel Fast. No, he ain't. Apparently Daniel Fast. There's a livery gone wrong somewhere. Lots of liveries all gone wrong. Who else has got that? Gilles Lalonde, maybe? Yeah, Gilles Lalonde's got 666. So we've got 2. Not quite sure what's going on, but Gilles Lalonde. Maximilian Petrovsky is going to get pulled forward. From Gilles Lalonde, with an hour, 1 minute to go. See Lalonde, look, just cruising straight past John Uyan. Adios, signore. Where he goes. Uyan slots in right behind at the moment. Half a second, this gap's coming down. Petrovsky's slower now. Let's not forget the Ferrari's getting a draft. On board the chopper cam. Oh, dearie me, looks so painfully slow around that corner. So painfully slow. 7 cars out so far. Ross did warn some of them may not make it because of the car situation. An hour left of this race. GT Tammy out in front with Ethan Funk in second in the under 2L G5 Pros. Under 2L G5 AMs is John Mayer with Eric Monet, 34 seconds. Overton still running, of course. Guy Survey and Adrian Rice out. John Uyan and Maximilian Petrovsky, they're on your screen at this moment in time. That's in the 2L G5 AMs. They've got Jerry Chen 23 seconds back and Ross Smith further 28 behind Jerry Chen. Eduardo Benica with Gutierrez and Herlock battling out. Gutierrez 17 seconds back. Herlock not far behind them either. So, yeah, great battles from these guys. On the screen at the moment is Maximilian Petrovsky and John Uyan. Petrovsky's trying to run him high on the run down into the final left-hander. Gap is nothing, literally practically nothing. Petrovsky slots in again. It's got to go. I don't really know what Petrovsky's going to be able to do it. As soon as he goes up there, he just nothing. It's got nothing. It's later on the brakes again. And he's still alongside, he's still alongside, he's still alongside. In the turn one, John Uyan. Oh, he can't even get over. Can Uyan get over to block off that inside line? He can't. Petrovsky's coming back at him again. Side by side, Petrovsky goes in. Uyan's trying to go around the outside as a BMW's in the way. He's in the way. Oh! Petrovsky got held up. I think that may have been Daniel Fawler. But Petrovsky got held up there. Oh, he's off the circuit. Still racing. Petrovsky and John Uyan. Tucked in. Here we go again. Petrovsky, what is he going to be able to do? Is he quicker or slower? Faster, 9 seconds. 9 kph, I should say. Goes at this, so surely he's got to get it done this time. How about Uyan slotting behind him? There you go, now he's going to go faster. You can see that is literally a prime example of the draft. How fast the draft is. Oh, Uyan running side by side again on the inside, going into turn number one. Uyan's got to be late. Petrovsky's got to be late. Oh, Uyan was a little bit early. Oh, Uyan got there. Unfortunately, lost that place for Petrovsky. Uyan was a little bit early on the brake front. So free goes. On that, them two will carry on their merry way. Let's have a look at Johnny Gutierrez, who's got Danny Herlock in behind him. Herlock in that BMW M1. Oh, Gutierrez has just got it all wrong. Oh, Johnny. Got it all wrong in that Ford Mustang. Unfortunately for him. So there we go. He's got to go back at him once more. See how he gets on here. Now 1.9 seconds back. Ouch. You're pleased to know that Petrovsky and John Uyan are still not finished. Just to let you all know. However, Petrovsky's got the gap down to about a second at the moment. Dolger and Smurrell are about a second apart as well. Survey's game crashed apparently. Water de Bruin has been off the circuit. This is what happened to Daniel Fawler. Bit of a slide on. We've got Wood de Bruin. Turn 1. Whoa. You know what? I do wonder if that is physically just losing where you are. Watch. Was it losing where he is? Yeah, oh, maybe. It somewhat looks like he just lost where he is on the racetrack, didn't he? Looks like he just went to go up the wrong exit. It's when you go off the wrong exit of the motorway. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think. But to me, it looks like he did go off the wrong exit there. Johnny 2 seconds back from Trafke now. Julie Gutierrez 2 seconds back from Herlock. Fowler's in pit lane. Benika's just come out of pit lane. Your overall leader, of course. See how these guys continue on here as well. Let me know if you are in YouTube chat. Say hi. I can have a chat. Please do. Please do. No real action taking shape at the moment. Everybody a little bit spread out. Yeah, even in the overalls, no real fighting. My bell, Busink. Different classes. Not quite sure how long that's. Well, it's going to last that long. That's it. Hi, Kim. How are you? Mike Bell goes on his merry way. What else we got going on? Nothing. Everybody else is a little bit away from each other. So there you go. Matty Overton and Eric Bonnet. Guys, it's just got close together. So there we go. If you just heard my door go, that was the wife showing me she's completed her Lego, finally. So well done. After screaming and hollering, needing super glue. And she's just gone and completed it. So, fair play. It's a flower. One of the flower steps. Maddie here is going after, see on the bottom of your screen, him and Eric Monet. Maddie a second back. 4 seconds slower. Is that about right for the Esprit? Yeah, it's a bit rubbish on straight line. Bit rubbish on straight line. What are we getting out of you, Maddie? 270. Well, yeah, 166, wasn't it? I think we had on that. Yeah, 168 at the most. So, you have to try and get him on a corner. Great on cornering. Great on being compliant for this car. Great job. And he's still chasing down Eric Monet. That was not for class at all. So there we go. Keep an eye out as these guys continue to scrap it out. See all the faster cars coming past us like we are, just kind of stood still there for Matty Overton. Right, let's see what else we got. Moving on here. Anybody else? Daniel Fast has been off the side of the circuit. Fortunately for him. Maddie and Monet getting close together. A great job from these guys. Still carrying on as per normal. Right. Back and see if anybody's getting any further. A few pit stops taking shape. Got Gutierrez and Herlock closing back up on each other again. .48 minutes remaining. Did look like he was going around then. Benjamin Letalic has been off track. Let's have a look at Dan Fass. Turn one. Whoa. Side there. Benjamin Letalic down into also turn one. This is where Dan Fass has just gone off. Oh, Jägermeister livery. The logo's just lighting up there as well. Looks incredible. And then we've got Alexandro Smeraldi. Wow, that looked very bizarre. And then Dan Fowler, who's having a bit of a moment again. Turn 7. Ooh, around he goes. Whoa, steady. No! Oh. Can you imagine Ross in that car then? Elko Bussink. Very hard to see. It's pitch black, but this is Elko Bussink. Huh? Coming into the... Oh, it's under braking. Wow. Fortunately for him. So, yeah. Not good for some of these drivers. Have we got anything going on? Funk is in pit lane. Herlock and Gutierrez have just swapped places. No, Herlock still chasing down Gutierrez, I should say, going into turn number 1 here. Ooh. Anybody waiting in the waiting room? Nope. Dan Herlock chasing down Gutierrez. Whoa, that is Dak. Need some lights, don't we? Go into the left-hander. Oh, we're going to be on the grass. Get it stopped. Oh, trying to keep the power on there. For Dan Herlock in that BMW. The man who took the C1 Pro Championship last year. Smile Power Racing again this season. So he's still part of the Smile Power Racing boys team. And he's still teamed up with Mike Bell. So both of them now back in the same. So him and Mike Bell still teamed up under Smile Power Racing. So great job from him and Mike Bell, of course, for last season's team championship, and obviously Dan taking the solos. Apologies about that, I was sneezing again. Jerry Chen is out on the racetrack. We haven't really discussed Jerry this season already. C1AM Championship for Breaking Bad Racing. Jerry this season is in Flying Kiwi Racing. And he is there. Who's he teamed up with? I don't think he's teamed up with anyone at the moment. So if anybody wants to join Flying Kiwi Racing, give Jerry a shout. According to our list, I haven't got Jerry a teammate. So yeah, give Jerry a shout if you want to team up with him. The Flying Kiwis. Maybe not Adrian Rice if he's an Australian. I don't know if they like each other. Do the Kiwis like each other? Dan Fass is DNF'd. Is that just a straight I give up? Yeah, he pitted in, didn't come back out. So there you go. We had his off track, didn't we? Yeah, because that's what he did. Then he went in pit lane and decided enough was enough. It didn't come out at all after that. Steve Carman is in pit lane as well. Not really seen much of Steve, which is always good. It means they haven't been doing anything drastic. Dan Erlock's dropped around about 1.3 seconds away from Gutierrez at the moment. So for Dan Herlock, just chop back a little bit. Dan Fass is engine blown. Engine blow for Dan Fass. Herlock's getting a little bit closer. It might be a little bit more closer now the daylight's up. Daylight's come back through again. Looks like the Target livery machine, doesn't it, for Dan Herlock? Is it Target? It's got that livery? Sure, it was a Target car. Sure it was. It looks like a Target livery. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. I'm pretty sure that is a Target livery. I just can't think where it's from. So there we go. This guy's continuing on. John Mayer off the side of the circuit as well. Steve Carman's been off. Toman Subic looks like he's been off. There's a big pit lane run from some of these drivers. Gutierrez. Gutierrez in behind 7 seconds with Dan Herlock now. Now what did I miss between that happening and that happening? Hold on. There's Timon Suvic going off the side of the circuit. The ME Racing one under the sunlight looks awesome. So he just runs off wide. Steve Carman. Side of the circuit as well. Same corner. Turn 2. Oh, that was Eric Monet. We just literally witnessed that one live as well. Round he goes. But why did Johnny Gutierrez end up so far back there? Not quite sure on that one. No, pitted in. No reason whatsoever. So there we go. Unfortunately for Johnny, he's lost a little bit of time. Trying to see if there's anybody. John Uyan and Petrovsky still having a right little pop at each other. There is Petrovsky. There is Uyan. Petrovsky in that Porsche. Uyan in the Ferrari. That's not Wout de Bourne in front. I think Dan Erlock's just gone past them. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. Max. Maximilian Petrovsky goes off, unfortunately. Concalves. John Mayer. Oh, what's going on, actually? Hold on. Turn 1. Under braking. Got it all wrong. And then Calvez comes out of the pits and then does this. Tic-tac-toe motorsport. Fortunately for him, round he goes for Vinicius. You're going to come back on. How close is he to Mr. Smith? That's the problem. Ross is a little bit further up. I think Vinicius is a lap down on Ross. I think so. Hold up. Yeah, I think he's a lap down. Why have you done that? I'm not sure what's going on with the overlay there, but it's all gone a little bit funky. Not working correctly. Why is it not showing all of the mixed cars all of a sudden? It's your top 10. That's great. Very weird how it's just all of a sudden done that. RF2 with his quirks, but yeah, it's going to put everybody in a different order. I don't know why it wants to go and do that. Just a little bit annoying. There we go. I think we could be back up and running now. Yes, we are. Right, Concalves 2 laps down. Ross Smith 1 lap down. So yeah, Concalves was a lap down, or is a lap down on Smith. Concalves chasing Elko Bussink. No real action taking shape after that. Unfortunately. all kind of died a little bit of a death. So, there you go. So we're going into the last 34 minutes. So we've got DNF for Fass, blown engines. Survey, game crash. Kesby, engine blown. Paulbert Reyes, rotten race. Borman DNF, Andrews DNF. Tom Lane, well, his car looked like a hovercraft at the front. AJ Rice just had enough DNF as well. I've got to presume James Andrews. Where is James Andrews? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let's have a look at this. Oh, he blew his engine as well, didn't he? Okay, that'd be why. Not that one. So, Dan Herlock out front with Johnny Gutierrez. Due to the pit stops. They weren't out front, no, were they? They weren't out front, but Dan Herlock leading the race. Gutierrez, Timon Suvic in third. 4.7 seconds. We've got about 33 minutes to go. I think we're going to see another pit stop cycle. Monet's in pit lane. JT Tammy's in pit lane. Gutierrez is now in pit lane. So I think Dan Herlock's going to have to go in pit lane as well. Should put Timon Suvic back out the front. Dan Herlock leading this race. Alan Smith. Hope everyone is having fun. Gilles Lalonde DNF. Oh dear. Okay, that looked very bizarre. Oh, his car's broke. His car is broke. So there we go. Right, let's bring in Mr. Ben Borman. Sat in the waiting room here as well. Ben, how are you, dear sir?
I'm very well. Relaxing.
Relaxing? Okay, how was it until it wasn't?
It was fine. I was taking it very easy, keeping my nose clean, just watching people spin, hanging back, slowly making it up the field. Because the Lotus with the NA engine is about 3 seconds back on the grid compared to the cars that we'll be racing with, and just getting back up there. Yeah, I had an engine that was never going to get to the end of the race.
Never? Or was it overdriven?
Oh no, I did a lot of work exploring the distribution of the engines amongst the grid and how much damage they could take, and just for general information, about half of the cars on the grid will have no problem getting to the end of the race. If everybody on the grid gives themselves an extra couple of hundred revs headroom on the banking, gives themselves another click of cooling on the radiator, about 70% of the field will get to the end. But it was always going to be difficult for about 9 to 10 of the cars to get there. And looking at the data, I had an engine that only had 6 minutes life in it, and I made it last for 3/4 of an hour.
6 minutes?
Yeah, 6 minutes.
How was that? How did... You're going to have to get technical with me, Ben, because I don't really understand it. How did you come to the conclusion that it was only going to last 6 minutes?
I've got data logging that uses the algorithms that are in R-Factor 2 to look at how much damage is on the engine. Unfortunately, you can only find it out once the engine has died.
Oh. Okay. So are we saying the engine in the Lotus is not good?
No, all of the engines across the field have very similar engines. It's just pure luck. The chances of having an engine as bad as the one that I had today are very slim, around 0.8%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, for the rest of the season, are you going to last the races?
Well, it can't happen again, can it?
Can it?
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, if you're saying it's only going to last 6 minutes or certain races, then I think we are in trouble, aren't we?
Well, Daytona is going to be the circuit that stresses the engines the most. Most other circuits
Le Mans?
don't. Le Mans will stress them, but there's more of the lap where the engine will get a chance to recover. But again, people will have to take a lot of care at Le Mans.
Well, Ben, thank you so much for that insight into the engines, dear sir. I'm much impressed by that as well. It's a shame. Is that data on a spreadsheet?
Oh, it's spreadsheets, it's envelopes, it's
Oh, blimey. Okay.
two separate computers.
Oh, all right, Ben. That sounds like it's got very complicated. How do you see your season going, mate? What do you reckon?
Well, Daytona should have been one of the most difficult races in the Lotus. It's a lot of fun on the more nimble stuff, and it's going to be fun coming back from 5-6 positions down on the grid to try and get back up to the front of the class.
Can you take the championship?
I'm going to have fun.
You're going to have fun. Is that a yes or a no? Or you're going to have fun or you're going to die trying?
I'm really not going to trust my luck.
And you're sat on the fence on your own championship aspirations.
No. I really know what my luck is like. And also an apology to Adrian. As he said, I prefer to leave a bit more space when I'm overtaking people. I only gave him just over a car's width. And from my perspective, there wasn't a collision. But for that reason, I like to give a bit more because there can be lag and ping.
There was a driver who battled with about 3 times who did not give him space, and you weren't one of them.
I saw that. That was too much.
Oh, yeah,
I was racing a little too hard, but I'd argue fairly, and then wasn't leaving enough allowance for computer things. But yeah, just taking his nose off repeatedly is a little bit too much.
Absolutely. I fully agree, and YouTube chat did as well. So there we go. Ben, thank you very much. We're coming into the last 26 minutes here, sir. It's been a great having a chat with you. Thank you so much. Yes, go on.
I was just going to say, around about now is when you might see people finding out that they've pushed the engines just a little too much.
Am I going to get an influx of DNFs? Is that what you're telling me?
It's possible.
No. I'd like to point out, though, Oliver Newman in YouTube chat, he said if Ben didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'm guessing good luck is not your thing then, Ben.
No, really not.
You need a horseshoe and tie a rabbit's foot to the steering wheel or something. It's supposed to be good luck, isn't it?
Yeah, we were joking about the fact that the Lotus had so many bits falling off it that you could keep as lucky keepsakes.
Yeah, exactly. Try that. Stick them on eBay.
Enjoy the race.
I will do, mate. You take care.
Cheers.
There goes Ben, Bob, and then Cal. These cars are sick, says Cal, YouTube chat. Thanks so much for that. This is the 1981 historic series from CMS on our RF2. The 1981 sports car series is, well, so yeah, that's what's going on the screen at this moment in time. So lots of action taking place at this moment. So yeah, good job from everyone. Right, 24 minutes to go. So if this is the time, I'm going to see DNFs. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because this could get hairy. We saw the last DNF, didn't we? It was Gilles Lalonde. Off track for Matty Overton. Off track for Elko Bussink. Off track for Tony McCoffin. Oh dear. Danny Hurlock in pit lane. JT Tammy still out there at the moment. In the 2-litre GR5 AMS. Schultz is in pit lane after the U2L. There. What is it? JT Tammy. Blimey, losing me marbles. U2L G5. We've got to give these different names. Got to give them different names. Somebody give me a different name in the YouTube chat for the classes. Can't keep sitting here reading out U2L SP GR5 AMS, U2L SP GR5s, G2L SP GR5 AM. That's crazy. Can't we have really fast, not so fast, and slow? Perfect class names. I think we should have that. I'll reach out to George and see if he lets me. We'll have really fast, not so fast, slow. There you go. Perfect class names. As these guys carry on. Alexander Smeraldi's been off track. Let's have a look at his stream of off tracks all of a sudden. So we start here with Elko Bussink. Oh, he's already sat there. Thank you very much, Elko. What did you do in the run? Can we go forward? Thank you. So this is Elko Bussink's one. Spins it up. Matty Overton coming into turn number 1. Got that wrong in the Lotus. Then we've got Tony McCoffin in that BMW. That car looks awesome. Not going to lie. At night, lit up. That car was whack out. Tony. Alessandro Smeraldi. Big snap going into turn number 1. Unfortunately for him, goes off the side of the circuit as well. Then we've got John Mayer. Again, another one in that Lotus. And again, it goes off at turn number 1. Turn number 1's been a bit of a, not danger spot, but a bit of a spot where cars have been taking a trip off the side of the circuit. So unfortunately for him, you have to be a little bit more careful. Tammy leading the way, Bussink leading the way, Mayer's got this wrapped up, bro. Johnny Gutierrez in behind Timon Suvic. Danny Hurlock out in front with Eduardo Bonica. I'm sure Bonica's been leading for most of the race, hasn't he? I'm sure he was. What happened to Bonica? Did he have a... He had a very poor pit stop. Hold on. I wonder if he had a penalty. He might have had a penalty. So for Eduardo Bonica. Steve Carman's just been out off the side of the circuit. Him and Eric Monet. I wonder if that's together. Here is Steve Carman. Gets it wrong going into 7. Where's Eric Monet in conjunction with him? Monet's engine's gone. Another one. Eric Monet, DNF. Eric Monet, DNF. Gutted. Danny Hurlock leading the way. Full road, Eric Monet. That's another one out. Johnny Gutierrez chasing down Timon Suvic. How are you, Cal? Anyway, Happy New Year to you. I don't remember seeing you. If I haven't seen any of you or spoken to any of you for a while, Happy New Year, by the way. I hope you all had a fabulous Christmas and New Year. Johnny Gutierrez is getting hold of Timon Suvic quite quickly. Hope you all had a good one. In through turn 4 we go. It'll be hard on the brakes for Gutierrez. into 7. This is where I expect the speed to go rapid. Here he goes. Gutierrez for KBA slower, 2-1. Back out again. Ferrari looks like he's got himself up to speed as well. Oh, around he goes. Closing in, he's closing in. He's faster. Brings him in once more for Jenna Gutierrez. Into 1 we go. Is he going to be out? Oh, big snap from Suvic. The flames coming out of them 4 exhausts out of Suvic's car. That's absolutely amazing. He's going to have to go hard on the brakes into 2. It's a Lotus Esprit there. I can't work out if that's Maddie Overton. John Uyan's been off the side of the circuit, so is Steve Carman. But Gutierrez closing down on Suvic. Any real other action? Bussink in pit lane, Concalves pit lane, Smith in pit lane. John Uyan leading the GR5 AMS 2Ls. Or the fast delivery, or the fast category. Really fast, fast, not so fast and slow. I think we should call him that. George, I think we need to get hold of him. There we go. It's just a mouthful. Right. Ross is out of pit lane. Bussink's in. Bussink's out. Concalves is out. Smith's out. Smith come out 4th behind Jerry Chen. Not actually far behind Jerry Chen at all for Ross. That's rubbish. There we go. Stuck in. Is this where we're going to see Ross make a move? Into 7. Oh, he got out early there. I do wonder if he could have stayed in behind him. Wenborman's back in the booth again. I think he's been in there for a while, actually. The way that Porsche just runs away. It's just like adios. To the point of 16, 17 kph slower. Wow. Porsche is just gone from poor old Ross in that BMW M1. So there we go. John Uyan, Dan Herlock, Johnny Uyan, JT Tammy, John Mayer. And Maddie Overton in 2nd. Ethan Funk and Mike Bell look like they may have just had some drama. Don't think necessarily. Oh, it might have been together. This Funk. It is together. I think Mike Bell just shot himself out there. Yeah, together. Literally together. So if we go on board here with that one, this is what he does. And then Mike Bell sees him and then hits the brakes. And I think goes round as well. Now, whether or not he got distracted from Ethan Funk. Oh, just like up at the live pictures, George Angelidis has some form of drama. Oh. Massive. George Angelina's done. That's George Angelina's done. Can I go back just a little bit more? I can't get it back far enough. Try and see if I can get... No. Can't get him back a little bit more. Well, that's George DNFing. Unfortunately, sat on the side of the road. Flames gone out. Marshall's run out and did their bit. And that is the end of George Angelina's race. 14 minutes left to go. George's engine just gone poof. A lot of people out. Monet, Lalonde, Faz, Seve, Kesby, Hulbert Reyes, Borman, Andrews, Lane, Rice. Now George Angelidis. Now that's going out in style. Absolutely. Absolutely. George got out big style there, didn't he? Big load of flames. Big load of flames for George Angelidis. But he is now out. Vinicius Concalves has gone off the side of the road as well. Dan Herlock still leading the way. Ross is still tucked in there behind Jerry Chen. Look at the Porsche just motor away from him. 20. Man, that is nuts. 18, 19, just gone. Well, he's only got 12 minutes to go, David, to be fair. Ross has got nothing on Jerry Chen. Nothing. That is absolutely nuts. Porsche's got 513 horsepower. Ross's BMW's got 460. It's just gone. Ross is one of the most stable cars, but he's got nothing there. Herlock in behind you now, Ross. Now what are you going to do? We've seen this before, haven't we? Herlock 6.5 seconds up the road. With him and Eduardo Vinica. Surely he can't last 12 minutes. He can't last 12 minutes. Unless he's severely saved something in that car. Danny Herlock. All three BMWs here. Concalves, Smith and Herlock. This is the leader. I'm just going to breathe at the moment because anybody who knows me knows how bonkers this makes me feel with blue flags. There you go, Concalves getting out of the way. Herlock sat in behind Smith now. They're all going to lose time to the Porsche. Question is, can Herlock use Smith? No, can't. Just breezes past him. Why has Smith got no pace? Herlock's got pace. Smith hasn't. He's got nothing in that car. When Chen can open up, what, 1.4, 5 seconds? 1.5 seconds coming out of turn 7. That literally goes to show you that he's got nothing. Yellow in sector 2. I think that might be Daniel Fowler, I should say. Smith has got no answer for that Porsche. Herlock might struggle as well. I don't know if he's got any answer for that Porsche. Matthew Overton just been off the side of the circuit. But yeah, I'm quite impressed by the Porsche's top end, to be honest. I'm surprised it's got that much speed. They don't any other time. 10 minutes on the clock. See, Danny Herlock got through. Now, what is the Porsche going to do, though? What is Jerry Chen going to do going down the back straight? Because he should, in theory, catch Dan Herlock. Smith trying to go around the outside. Jerry's just got to go and now floor it. Now this effectively should be the end of this battle. Watch Jerry go. Oh, Jerry, what are we doing? But checking up in the corner through turn 7. And this is the end of it. What's the speed difference? 12 kph slower, 13, 17, 18, 20. Nothing Ross can do. This was, as I said, in theory. Can he get Herlock? Can he get close to Herlock? He's pulling in 20 kph over that BMW. Effectively, he's going to catch Dan Herlock soon. Dan survived, but look at the gap now. Oh, spinner up front. Ethan Funk. Let's show how mighty that Porsche is. Herlock over the line with 8.5 minutes left. Very mighty Porsche there. Ethan Funk we saw. Ollie Day. Oh dear. Let's start with this one. Dan Fawler. Pretty colour car in the BMW. Hold your brakes. Hold your... Right, Matty Overton. And that Lotus. Nope. Unfortunately for Matty, not a good day. Round he goes again. Don't forget he was in the lead. This is Ollie Days. Around he goes. And Ethan Funk, which we saw going into turn 1. And then we got Vinicius Concalves. He's just gone and done this. Coming out of 7. And there we go. Did you? No, you did not. He got close. Smith got close coming out the corner. But he could not go and stay there. And look at this. Bye-bye, Jerry. Up he goes. Well, DNF for Elko Bussink. Now, I'm wondering... Oh. Flame and Thunder, baby. Oh. Do you know which would have been cool if that was in the cockpit? Like, if you could see it, not like that. Oh, Elko Bussink out in that BMW. Another DNF. Eduardo Benica leads the field. Dan Herlock did not get to the end. And Benica has gone past. So Dan Herlock in behind, 1.2 seconds. Edu Probscott going to get down to... All right. Eduardo probably going to get down soon. Yeah, he got him. He got him already. So probably was taking place. Actually, let's try and do it this way. I don't think it's very far here. It's 220. Yeah, it could be a long while away. I think we might have to just say that he passed him going into turn number 1. Because there's Benica there, closing in on him. So he must have got him going down into 1. Go back to live pictures now. And Eduardo Benica out in front. Ross using him very smartly to try and get him near Jerry Chen. He gets close to Jerry Chen. Jerry Chen gets out of 7. Ross is left in the dust. So see you later. As that Porsche just motors away. Absolutely killing it here as well. So great job from Eduardo. And Benica goes in first place. Dan Herlock in second. Johnny Gutierrez in third. couple of big. This is 85 all over again. Yeah, I found this quite interesting. I wonder what the thing is. How many more years can they go? Like, where was the major changes? You know, where have we been? We've got 81. We had 85. What was before that? 69, wasn't it? 69 before that, David? I can't remember. I'm sure it was 69. 66, 69. So, great fight in there. Johnny Max Petrafsky still continuing on in their little battle in that G5 AM 2L. There is the ME Racing of Johnny Ian. Johnny Ian's not in ME Racing. What am I on about? He's in SGS Club Italia. And behind that is Petrafsky in the Porsche. There's a couple of cars in the middle. That's the ME Racing there. Is that Benica in front? No, it's not Benica. It's one of the ME boys. 81. 81. Then again, as I've noticed, some of these numbers are not matched up where they should be from session numbers. Which ME is that? Let's see if it's going to be Magnus Dahlgren. And it ain't Magnus Dahlgren. So it's Timon Subic in behind. There he is, Timon Subic. See, I got him as number 46. He's got 81 on his livery. Nice. 3 minutes on the clock. Johnny with Petrafsky in behind him. Effectively, Petrafsky should get both of these. He should just go zoom, zoomer. Who got the keys to my Porsche? Ooh, and I. Because he should just fly away. Why is he slower? What's the Ferrari topping out at the moment? 516 horsepower. Porsche on 513. There he goes, running outside. Go on, son. Go on, go on, go on. He's coming across. Oh, no. On board with Maximilian. And there was contact. Oh. And Petrafsky coming together. Right at the end. Oh, no. Now, was there contact? There must have been contact, mustn't there? Yeah, there was. Ah. What's worse, all three of them was running wide as well. John Nguyen, watch Timon Subic in front. Subic gets it wrong as well. He runs wide. Oh, drama, drama, drama. But John Nguyen still out in front at the moment. Eduardo Benica still leading the way with 1:22 on the clock. Last time out, 1:43 is going to be the final lap. Eduardo Benica there. Johnny and Petrafsky again. It's really hard because I've got no notification on when he's going to be near the end, but these two are side by side. Petrafsky should go through it. The Porsche needs very matched on speed. Very matched on speed. Oh, Maximilian. We're going to run down into one now. Yeah, he's tapped his backside. There we go. Is he going to get around the outside again? Oh, Petrafsky. Petrafsky's done it on his own this time. Oh, he did it to himself. Maximilian Petrafsky loses it at the end. Oh, and again, too much throttle. Oh, Max. All on his own. David, all on his own. No, no, no. No. Poor Max. But here he comes. Eduardo Vinica is going to wrap this up. He's going to take the win. Comes over the line. Winner. Chicken dinner for Eduardo Vinica. He takes the win. JT Tammy's got one more lap to go. Where's John Uyan? Uyan's coming out of 7. Where is John Mayer? Mayer's over the line. He's finished as well. Takes the win in the under U2L SPGR5 AMS or slow category. So great job from him. And it should be John Uyan next. It was close, but it wasn't as close as we thought it was going to be. John Uyan now coming over the line. Great battle with him and Maximilian Petrovsky. But unfortunately, it just went a little bit wrong. John Uyan comes over that line. Winner of the fast category. GR5 out, 2L GR5 AMS. And it's going to be JT Tammy coming into 7. Oh, dude, JT is just... He needs to be up there. He needs to be up above. He really does. He's just mental where JT is. He needs to be in... I reckon if you put him in a Porsche or a Ford or a Ferrari, he needs to be out of these categories. He's just winning them all the time, and I think it's just nuts. Obviously, you know, it's down to driver preference, but I think he could be right up there. I really do think he could be right up there. John Mayer in that Dark Thunder Racing Lotus Esprit. Matty Overton there in second place. Double for Dark Thunder. And over the line comes JT. Great job from him. Everybody's finished up. Let's bring you up the results if they are ready. Right. Okay, Eduardo Bonica is your winner. Second place, Danny Herlock. Third is Johnny Gutierrez. Then you got Timon Suvic, Alessandro Smeraldi, Magnus Dahlgren, Ollie Day, Vuda de Bruin, John Uyan, and Maximilian Petrovsky rounding out your top 10. Moving on from that is Jerry Chen. Then you got Ross Smith, Mike Bell, JT Tammy, Vinicius Concalves, top 15. Then Dan Kruger, Nicholas Kirstens, Benjamin Latalik, Alexander Schultz, and Ethan Funk rounds out your top 20. Tony McCoffin in 21st and Steve Carman in 22nd. And John Mayer and Matty Overton, 1-2 there in the slow class. Then you've got Dan Fowler, Elko Busick, parts of the DNFs now, the blowing engine boys. Elko Busick, George Angelidis, Eric Monet, Gilles Lalonde, Dan Fass. And then we survey Game Crush, Ben Cosby, Paul Reyes, just had enough. Ben Borman, blown up. James Andrews, Tom Lane, and Adrian Rice with a little bit of a rage quit at the end. So great job from all of these. We'll be picking up on the interviews very, very shortly. The spinning at the end, fun to watch. It was, yeah, poor old Maximilian Petrovsky. Let's have a look and see if we can get some of these up as well. Don't know if we're going to be able to get some of the replays going. There's JT. I want... Who do I want? Ah, where is he? Hold on. I want Maximilian. Oh, he's blown up his engine after the line, so that's fine there as well. Got John Uyan in the booth with me. John, well done, buddy. You and Max having a right little ding-dong.
Yes, right up to the last lap. Actually, that was really good.
Yeah, in the 2LG5 AMS. You came close. Well, you hit each other the lap before, or 2 laps before, and then he went and did it on his own on the final lap. Did you kind of think when you made contact from the 2 laps in the end, you thought it was all over, or did you think, no, we could still do this?
I think we had a contact. I'm not sure. He was behind me. Yeah, and then we had another car in front of us, I think.
Yep, Timon Suvic.
I can't remember. It was like a blur.
Yeah, that was Timon Suvic.
Yeah. No, this track is definitely a Porsche track. because of their boost.
Absolutely.
Turbo boost, yeah. But yeah, Max was definitely faster all race long. But of course, there was a little hope right towards the end, and I saw him several times that he was struggling. Turn 2, turn 3, again, turn 6, I believe, or turn 5. Those 90-degree corners. So I had a little bit of a hope, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was good. I think the thing is as well, I thought for it to come down after this long race, and for it to come down right at the end, and literally, just you guys on the racetrack, I thought it was absolutely amazing because, normally when you get long races like this, come the end, everybody just goes over the line. It's like, well done, he won. Well done, he won. But you guys had an amazing battle. What's the aspirations for the season?
Yeah, so this is a new class for me, the M class, because of my lackluster finishes lately, last 2 years or so. So I am in the M class with George. We teamed up in the Ferrari. So we definitely will be aiming for a team championship. Unfortunately, below the engine.
He did spectacularly. I might like to add.
Yeah, I know. It was right in front of me. As far as drivers go, I have hope for that also, but we'll see. We have some fast drivers actually, like Ryan and Max. So I don't know. I always have a positive outlook, so we'll see.
Okay,
both for drivers and team championship.
All right, mate. Well, good luck, John. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go, bud?
All the drivers and, of course, our modding team, SGS, and all the people that are helping us to put together this mod, these cars. They're beautiful, really fun to drive. And I'm really happy that we had, how many drivers? I think 34?
37.
37.
I think it was 37.
Wow. Yeah, that's really, really, really nice. So a shout out to all the drivers that joined us, and you guys, of course. Are you alone in the booth?
It was just me. Yeah, we got this quite late notice.
Well, okay. So,
and unfortunately, all the other guys that I normally work with were all busy because they were booked.
Well done to you too, then.
Thank you,
James. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, bye.
All right, let's have a chat with JT Tammy. Unfortunately, I can't bring his car up because he's no longer in the session. But there we go. JT, welcome in, bud. How are you? Congratulations on your win.
Oh, thank you. I'm wiped.
JT, I've decided you need to move up a class. You can't keep doing this to these poor guys.
I did it Tuesday night.
It's time to move up, JT. Come on. Where are we going to put you? What car are we going to put you in?
Oh man, I'm honestly shocked we didn't have anyone in the pro class with the Porsche. That thing is crazy good here.
Oh, it's too quick. Dude,
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I watched it pull away from Ross, and it literally, they were close together in 7, and by the time they went down into turn 1, he was 2 seconds up the road, and literally 20 kph quicker. It was nuts.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It's going to struggle at a lot of the tracks just because it doesn't have a lot of front end. A lot of push to it, really starts to chew up the tires. But for a track like this or Le Mans, it's awesome.
Yeah, as David Jint has just said, JT once again with his own time zone because you were so far ahead. I agree. JT.
It wasn't a lap. I want to make that clear. It was about 40 seconds. It was just where the leader finished in between. So it wasn't a big win.
I still think, JT, you can move up a class.
I mean, I could, or people could move down a class. I mean, we've still got plenty of talented drivers here.
At the top class, what car would you drive?
Whatever one's least popular.
Do you know what, though? Unfortunately, I can't really tell you that because, right, there's a reason for this. BMW M1s we had 5 of today. The Ferraris we had 6. The Ford Mustang we had 8. And the Porsche we only had 3. So technically, it would be the Porsche.
Yeah, it would have been the Porsche.
It would have been the Porsche, JT. So, well done on your class win, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
SGS, everyone involved, especially Ross, for getting this mod ready to go. The sheer amount of late hours they did to get this thing ready to go. It's I don't know how they do it every year. With the crunch time and
I don't know.
the effort that they put in is even though it is noticed, it's still, no matter what we say, it's not enough for what they do.
Mm.
So big shout out to them, you guys, for doing the broadcast and everybody involved. Yeah.
Well, if you listen to that, it's just me bunnying today because we got it quite late notice. So unfortunately, all my guys were busy. So it's just me for nearly 3 hours.
See, this is where you should be bipolar. It would have been great.
Yeah, I could have had it. Mate, can you imagine that conversation? It's bad enough the wife tells me to shut up, let alone me talking to myself and get two people to tell me to shut up. It'd be horrendous. Okay.
If you're alone like that, drag me up in the booth. I'll do both.
Oh, JT, next time. I promise, next time. All right, bud. You take care, mate, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, likewise. Have a good one.
And you. All right, we're going to pull in the leader overall, Mr. Eduardo Verica. Eduardo, welcome in, buddy. You and that Ferrari got yourself onto the top step.
Hi guys, thank you for the event, the broadcast. Everything was amazing. I had to thank everyone involved. But to be honest, I wasn't expected to win this race. I knew that the Porsches were fast in the overall the race long. But for some reason, Daniel didn't show. The JT decided to run under 2 liters class. And well, I did my race. I was cautious. And I was looking at her lock in the difference of standings because he was my adversary there, and everything went right in the end. I think I avoided crashes, avoided spins. Just I had a little one with Harlock in the end of the race in T1, but everything was right. I have to thank everyone, thank my team, especially Alessandro, for helping doing the setup, for sharing information. And that's it.
Okay, but well, thank you so much for joining us. I don't need to ask you who you're going to shout out there as well. I will say one thing, though. The reason probably Herlock didn't take the Porsche is because for the rest of the circuits, it ain't going to be that great. There's a couple of others that it might be all right on, like Le Mans and stuff, but there's a couple of circuits that Porsche is going to struggle on. I think Daniel's gone and aired on the side of the caution for the whole season because obviously you get the points deduction, don't you? So I think at the moment, yeah, I think I would probably pick something that's going to get me through the season, not the Porsche that's going to win me the first race, but then lose me points when I want to change out of it. So that's probably why, Eduardo. Thank you very much. We're going to see you for the rest of the season. Are you going to go and win the championship?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. The people are right. Drivers, I think, a long run, and he's right of doing it. So, I mean, I will do what I can to fight for the championship. I know that's hard. Harlock is a very harsh competitor, very competitive one. Let's see what's happened. Let's have fun and enjoy.
But take care, Eduardo. Thank you so much, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, there you go, guys. That's round number 1. Done and dusted. And you've got to admit, it was an absolutely barnstormer. Don't forget, join us for round number 2 when we head to Mugello on the 31st of January and then Monza on the 14th. Not quite sure I'm going to be here for Monza, to be blatantly honest. It's my son's birthday and Valentine's Day. I could be dead if I choose to do this. Let's put it that way. So yeah, let's stay away from that. But there's the schedule up in front of you, and as always, guys, thank you so much for coming along for the ride. It's been me, JP in the booth, and as always, take care. Have a great week, and you never know, might see you on a track sometime. Good night.